604, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, off and running. Brian here with you. John LaBeouf producing, getting you ready for Tuesday's show. As, today's show's going to be all over the place, y'all. We're talking about that Florida Boulevard corridor a little bit later on. We're talking New Orleans in just a little bit with Jeff Crouere. We're talking BR Fire Department later on. Speaking of fire department, there's going to be a fire department versus police department basketball game you're going to want to hear about, too. So, and of course, Restaurant Week rolls on. We are, like I said, all over the dadgum place. But before we get to anything else, we start off with top stories and trending.
Number 5.
Takes you back to Sunday where a USPS, a U.S. Postal Service truck, overturned after a crash with a cat's bus. A number of pictures were sent in to our news partners over at WBRZ. They show the USPS truck on its side. The bus crashed through a nearby fence at the Circle K on Jefferson Highway. The Postal Service says they're aware of the crash. No one was injured. All the mail inside the truck was secured, was delivered the same day. Yesterday, a CATS spokesperson put out a statement saying safety is our top priority. We can confirm that no passengers were on board at the time of the incident. A complete and thorough investigation is currently underway to determine the cause. We are fully cooperating with the relevant authorities and will provide updates as more information becomes available.
Number 4.
Number 4 is, got another excuse to not, Number 4, here we go. Another excuse to not fly BTR is going away. Southwest Airlines passengers will fly in assigned seats for the first time on January 27th, the carrier tells CNBC. Customers can start buying tickets with assigned seats on July 29th. The move ends more than half a century of open seating on the airline, a policy that has set it apart from rivals for decades.
Number 3.
Ascension Parish deputies arrested 30-year-old Devontae Cart of Gonzales on child pornography and sexual abuse of an animal charges. He was booked on July 16th of 4 counts of pornography involving juveniles under the age of 13, 1 count of possession of pornography involving juveniles, and 3 counts of sexual abuse of an animal, though the story isn't clear on what type of animal he abused.
Number 2.
Commuters can expect major traffic disruptions on the Intracoastal Bridge on Highway 1 later this week on the west side as work continues on the bridge replacement. The LA 1 to I-10 eastbound exit ramp diversion will be closed Thursday from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next morning. Motorists can also expect alternating left and right lane closures on the Highway 1 northbound bridge Thursday and Friday nights from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. the following morning.
Number 1.
Livingston Parish is getting nearly $500,000 in federal funding for weather stations that could give residents more time to prepare or evacuate during hurricanes. The FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program awarded the parish $476,423 to install 9 weather stations for an early warning system project across the parish that will monitor real-time weather data like rainfall and wind speed. What's trending, John?
Well, what does the House want when it comes to the Epstein files? Well, we may soon have some better answers than those covering them.
Wait, say that again?
What does the House want when it comes to the Epstein files? We may soon have some better answers than those covering them.
Okay. We could punt on that because from then till, I believe Speaker Mike Johnson said that they're going to just bag this until the recess is over.
Okay.
So, I mean, sorely disappointed. But the way that, and I apologize, I was listening to this on the way in this morning on the Fox News Rundown.
Okay, yeah.
And it definitely sounds like they're done until they get back. Like they're not going to stay or open this up or have somebody working on the side or anything like that. So I think we're going to push pause on all the Epstein stuff.
Okay. Well, Malcolm Jamal Warner died yesterday at the age of 54. The Cosby Show actor apparently drowned while on vacation with his family in Costa Rica. Tragedy, man.
I know. I know. A friend of mine, he's been on the show a number of times, Eric B. Lewis.
Okay, yeah.
Posted the, remember the Theo shirt when Theo made his own shirt.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, I want one of those shirts. And I got all hyped about it. And then I
Man.
was like, why is he posting that today? And I started reading some of the other comments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man. So 54 years old, was on vacation with his family, and just rip current pulled him out.
Wow.
I know.
I found out through Tiny Desk concerts. If you ever see those, like NPR Tiny Desk, he did a spoken word, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Hadn't thought about the guy in a while, to be honest with you. And then it was actually to honor him, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But who didn't want to be Theo Huxtable, right?
Everybody wanted to be Theo
Come
Huxtable.
on, man. Like,
well, I mean, nobody wanted to be Cockroach.
No. No. In other news, we have yet another shark alligator rule story spilling over from last weekend. A woman in the at the Crab Fest in Cameron Parish, who, despite warnings, was splashing around in swamp water, got her arm bitten by a gator, but the attack was quick and the woman's injuries were minimal.
So, and shout out to Paul Arrigo for sending me this one. This woman, despite warnings, ignored everybody, and yeah, it was super fast. Alligator pops out, alligator snaps on hand, alligator goes right back in. I mean, that happened fast.
Oh, man. She kept all fingers?
Oh, yeah.
Everything still intact?
Yeah, everything's still good. Everything's still good. Very, very lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, caught the arm, not the hand.
Ooh.
So, yeah, very, very lucky in that regard. 6:11 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. We're going to talk a little football after our break. As the Saints report to camp today. Before we take our break, I want to remind you about the folks over at Landmark Bank. LandmarkBankLA.com is the website. LandmarkBankLA.com. Been a community bank since they first opened. 1897 was when they first opened. Talk about having your eye on the ball for some time. Been a community bank for over 100 years now. If you go to LandmarkBankLA.com, you can pull up their different branches. I can tell you, you're going to find them in the communities surrounding Baton Rouge. But also what you'll find there is that whether you're talking about your own personal banking or business banking, there's nothing you really can't do. They can handle online banking. They can handle e-statements. They've got mobile banking. They've got cash management services online. If you're a business, they got the ACH services online. Oh, by the way, insurance services are offered as well. Look, there's so much that they can do, and all the while maintaining that personal relationship that comes with having a community bank. So don't just get a bank, get a banker. LandmarkBankLA.com. Quick break. Sports is next. Oh, I got to move my interview at 9:20 across the hall because Moon's going to be here, huh?
Ooh. See, I didn't see the video prior to
What?
that video of that girl at Crab Fest.
Yeah.
Bro, why would you do that?
I don't know. Stupid, right?
Absolutely. In the dark, too. What a couillon.
616, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. It is sports time. Give me one quick second, y'all. I'm just mapping some stuff out for the rest of the day. All right, here we go. It is sports time, and the Saints report to training camp today. This is the big premiere, if you will, for Kellen Moore coming in as the Saints head coach. All eyes are going to be on the quarterback room. That's not entirely true. A lot of eyes will be on the quarterback room to see who wins that starting job. I mean, there is no more important position in sports than the quarterback in football, and there's no bigger stage than the NFL. New Orleans football reporter Mike Triplett says going to be a true open position battle between second-year quarterback Spencer Rattler and second-round pick Tyler Shuck.
I think the best-case scenario, I don't know if it'd be the tiebreaker, is that Tyler Shuck proves he's ready to win this job and looks like he has the higher ceiling and looks like he's ready to start week one. I think everybody would love that for this team.
Triplett highlighted a packed wide receiver room. Although it's packed, I don't know that you can call it like a wide receiver room because it's who's even in there? Bub Means, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Michael Tipton, not exactly household names right here. If you're looking for strengths anywhere on the Saints, you kind of have to move to the defensive side, defensive tackle spot. You're going to have a few, position battles to watch. Triplett says keeping an eye on former first-round pick Trevor Penning's move from tackle to guard on the offensive line is one to watch as well.
They gave him every snap in OTAs and minicamp. So they're giving him every opportunity to prove he can handle that job, but there's some veterans on this roster that would replace him if he can't.
Huge draft class coming in as well. D-tackle Vernon Broughton, linebacker Danny Stutzman, running back Devin Neal, just a few of the names that could compete for playing time. Really got a lot of hope for Devin Neal, to be sure. Triplett says the development of the 9th overall pick, Kelvin Banks, is the most important of any player on the team.
He's the highest draft pick this team has had since 2008. I like that they used it on a left tackle. I think that's an important building block position. He started for the last 3+ years at Texas. He should be ready to rock right away.
Yes, and if you're going to have a successful quarterback, you need a couple things. The first of which is an offensive line to keep him vertical. But I'll go back to that wide receiver room. It's going to be the struggle bus on that end. You're going to have Chris Olave for sure. But after that, man, the names just drop off. Rashid Shaheed is in that number, but it just... You look at what Derek Carr had last year, and it was no wonder he was just set up to fail, right? Everybody blames the quarterback for everything when everything goes wrong. But you've got a quarterback with a makeshift offensive line in front of him, a defensive-minded coach who's on his way out the door or on the hot seat as the season gets started. Turnover in the running back room to where you didn't have consistency in your backfield, and you're literally throwing passes to a dude named Bub. I mean, is it any wonder that the Saints have fallen to where they are right now? And this is a serious, serious rebuilding year. I know a lot of folks have a lot of faith in Tyler Shuck, but I don't know how to balance this. As a Saints fan, I've never wanted the Saints to lose. But as an LSU fan, I like where Garrett Nussmeier could go in the draft. So I kind of want the Saints to lose. But that would mean Tyler Shuck failing and us burning a second-round draft pick there. But I kind of, maybe, little. First practice will be tomorrow. Preseason starts on August 10th in Los Angeles against the Chargers. You can catch all the Saints action on our sister station, Eagle 98.1. 6:20, here comes the Fox Business Report on Talk 107.3. waiting for everything to refresh here. Give me just a quick second. All right, here's what we got going on. I-12 westbound coming in from Livingston Parish. We're good to go coming in from Livingston Parish. Not a whole lot of volume back there by Denham Springs. However, once you get into town, things will slow down just a little bit in between Essen and the 10-12 merge. Not nearly enough to make you want to change your route. Not enough to, alter anything. But you will tap the brakes just a touch. Over on I-10 westbound coming in from Ascension Parish, we're looking good to go right there. However, on the big board from about half an hour ago, there was a report of a hit and run. Now, it's been moved off the runway, 10 westbound at Perkins. 10 westbound at Perkins. So you might need to be on the lookout for that, but I'm not showing any delays as a result of it. And like I said, it's been pushed off to the side of the roadway. 10 eastbound coming in from westbound Rouge Parish looks good. 110 looks good as well. There is an accident, Port Hudson Pride Road up at Lemon Road. The sheriff's office is working that one right now. .624 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Man, we're supposed to be talking hurricane season right here. To give you an update on the storm that was out there on the central tropical Atlantic. Yesterday, there was a storm that was showing a 20% chance of becoming a named storm over the next 48 hours and was also at a 20% chance over the next 7 days. However, that is knocked down to near 0%. The shower and thunderstorm activity remains disorganized with a tropical wave located several hundred miles east-southeast of the Lesser Antilles. Environmental conditions are becoming increasingly unfavorable as the wave moves west-northwestward at about 15 miles per hour. Further development, per the National Hurricane Center, development is no longer anticipated. So here we go. Loving this story again, y'all. We are July 22nd. And again, was supposed to be a busier than average, a higher than average hurricane season. We're nowhere near done. Want to be very, very clear about that. We are nowhere near done. But as of right now, we are still waiting on Dexter. We are still waiting on the D storm. So I'll take it all day long, right? I would always rather the folks at Colorado State or the folks at the National Hurricane Center to get it wrong or to err to the side of caution, right? To err to the side of calling for too many storms as opposed to the other way around. But to be this late in the season and not have the D storm yet, especially when what we've seen in recent years, I'm scrolling back here to let's look at last year, just for a side-by-side comparison, shall we? Let's look at last year when named storms became named storms. It's taking me just a second to pull up the full list here. Give me 1 second. Oh, nuts. You know what? There we go. All right. Last year we had, that's Pacific. I apologize. I had this open before the show and then closed it out, and now I'm trying to reopen it. This is why I don't like doing traffic. Oh, here we go. All right. I'm just looking at a spinning wheel. I tell you what, let me give this a second to reboot, reload here. I do need a moment anyway to remind you about the folks over at Breck. Breck.org is their website. Facilities throughout the parish. Breck.org is the home base online. Whatever it is you're into, whatever you do recreationally, Breck has got you covered, y'all. There's facilities for pickleball. There's facilities for tennis. There's facilities for golf. There's facilities if you just want to get out and run, want to hike a nature trail, want to play basketball, want to go swimming, want to just splash around on a splash pad. Need a playground for the kids to play on, going to play soccer, you name it. Breck has got you covered. Check them out online to learn more at breck.org. hate when I rely on this stuff. All right. The side-by-side comparison between this year and last year. When we got to this part of July last year, we had, I stand corrected. It was August 3rd of last year before we got to our D-storm. We didn't have Tropical Storm Debbie until August 3rd of last year. All right. Well, then we're on about pace from where we were last year. Or we've got another 2 weeks to go, I should say. So, more than 2 weeks. All right. Well, side-by-side comparison. I guess we're on par then. Oh. That being said, the National Hurricane Center, or I should say the folks at Colorado State, did scale back their forecast a couple weeks ago. So scaled it back, but still on par, or still, they say we're still set to have an above average hurricane season. Coming up later on in the show, 629 at Talk 107.3 FM. Coming up in our next segment, we're going to check in with Jeff Crouere. He's the host of Ringside Politics. See what all's going on in New Orleans. The UFC was last weekend. I don't know if Jeff's a UFC guy or not, but we'll check in with him. There's also a lot going on the homeless front in New Orleans. There is a no sleeping in the French Quarter policy, and that is being pretty heavily enforced. We're going to talk about that, talk about a few other things when Jeff comes on with us. Don't forget, coming up later on in the show, we've got Rodney Braxton. Bill Baton Rouge came out with their request for interest on the Florida Boulevard corridor. We'll talk with Rodney Braxton at 7:15. Who are they looking for? What kind of businesses are they looking for? And what does equitable redevelopment mean? It's actually a pretty significant question as you map things out. Also, next hour, Baton Rouge Fire Chief Mike Kimble is going to join us. A group of firemen from Baton Rouge and the surrounding area were sent to Texas to do some work in the wake of the flash floods from a couple weeks ago. They are back now. We'll get the full debrief. That's coming up next hour. Right now, we're at 6:30 at Talk 107.3 FM. We will check news. We will check traffic. We will check weather. And then, when we check news, of course, we're starting with ABC before getting to our local news, traffic, and weather. Then we'll head down to New Orleans right after that with Jeff. So here we go. ABC News coming your way on Talk 107.3. We couldn't call anybody but Bill. We'll call.
I mean, you know. Maybe that was their last resort. Hey, good morning, sir. Looking to have you up here in just a minute or so. All right, thank you.
I just want RSVP for this stupid fucking lunch.
I feel like 110 degrees. My God.
Yeah.
Oldest daughter started band camp yesterday, and she was, that was rough.
Oh, I bet.
Kids out there feigning. She's fainted before and marching, but man, rough out there for those kids.
.637 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. A lot going on down in New Orleans, more than just the Dustin Poirier fight from over the weekend, although that was a big win for the city. Joining us now to bring us up to speed, we got Jeff Crouere, host of Ringside Politics. How are you, man?
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good morning. We talked a little bit last week about homelessness and the sweeps going on in New Orleans, but it's looking like this is ramping up specifically in the French Quarter. What can you tell me about it?
Well, the big hoopla was made back in beginning of the year to get it all done for the Super Bowl, and the facility was set aside where the homeless would be moved, and there's a lot of publicity about this being handled, and then of course, as always happens, I mean, the homeless come back, the facility was closed, and this is just an ongoing problem that we've had for decades. So, yeah, I think it's no surprise that we're dealing with it again, Brian.
It's so quick though, Jeff. That's the thing that gets me. It's like it's facility closes. It's like everybody went right back to where they were. Like almost immediately went right back to where they were. There was
right.
Nobody was like, you know what, screw this. I'm out of this city. I want to go find some place that isn't going to round me up somewhere. Obviously, well, if we'd heard,
well, New Orleans attracts a lot of homeless. I mean, people that come here that wind up, going onto the streets, not being able to, maintain, a place if they had one when they first moved here. So I think that's just a part of the city of New Orleans. I mean, it attracts people that unfortunately don't have the means to maintain a household, and, they wind up out on the streets. And it is, yeah, I mean, that's why you have so many groups here that, that deal with the homeless on a regular basis. It's just an ongoing problem.
Policy-wise, is there anything New Orleans does that attracts them?
The city itself, I think, just attracts, people here,
yeah.
And they come here and they wind up, either if they have mental health issues or they have issues with substance abuse or whatever, and they wind up on the streets. But I do think, as a city, the next mayor should look at some some policies that might be more effective, like, really not tolerating it. I mean, listen, I bike all the time in the all over the city, and I mean, it's an issue. I mean, it's tolerated. I mean, the resources are not put on, removing homeless regularly. They're just allowed to stay, and it's just it's an eyesore. It's a health hazard. It's a crime problem. So it doesn't put a very good image before the tourists that come here. I'll tell you that.
No, it is an economic deterrent to be sure. Especially if you have someone like sleeping on the doorstep of an antique shop in the
Well,
corner.
let me tell you,
You're not
Brian,
going in there.
Let me tell you, Brian, on Florida and government, I mean, we got problems in Baton Rouge too.
Oh, big time. No.
We got all kind of problems with people that are economically destitute in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to downplay that at all. Which, if anything, I would want to make the correlation to if you could solve it in one, you could solve it in the other. Just like what we saw with Troop NOLA, right? Is if you can have a solution, that solution can be applied elsewhere. And if New Orleans is going to be the big shoulders here and Baton Rouge can follow, then I want to do what y'all are doing. And when they had the shelters open up, before the Super Bowl, back to the Taylor Swift concert, and there was supposed to be an effort to rehouse a number of folks. So I guess now we're seeing that those efforts to rehouse didn't exactly work.
No, and then we get back to underlying issues. Mental health facilities are not there, and so much of this is, I think, tied into mental health, Brian.
100%. Mental health, among other things, it's the mental health, dependency, and just the general disconnectedness as well. We're talking with Jeff Crouere. He's the host of Ringside Politics down in New Orleans. Want to pivot over. Did I see right that the the mayor's latest trip to France cost more than $50,000?
Yeah, I mean, it's right. It's just, isn't it breathtaking? I mean, just to think about how the council tried to rein her in, and it seems like it just created a worse monster. I mean, now she's doubling, tripling down on her arrogance and her reckless behavior. So I think we might see more over these next few months. I mean, we've still got 6 months of this, and I think it's just going to continue unabated, really. And of course, she goes to the Essence Fest and talks about her being crucified, and no matter all the good work she's doing and everything she's doing for the people, they just come after her because she's an African American female, and they're trying to bring down African American women, and they tried to get her with the recall, and no self-reflection, no understanding that maybe there was a reason the recall was launched, maybe it's a reason with some of her policies. It's just all that they're coming out to get her because she's a black woman, and that's the way she views it. Really, it's really amazing.
It is
the persecution complex.
I know. And $50,000 for one trip. I mean, think about that. If she takes, and obviously she's taking more than one trip, think about the homeless shelter you could buy just off of LaToya's travel tab.
Right. And you go back to the beginning of her term. I mean, you think about what we could do for all kind of issues, blight, all kind of issues, infrastructure, if that would have been dedicated toward real needs in the city. Yeah. Renovation of the Ponte Alba apartment. I mean, that could be, it could be
right?
First-class facility right there.
The oh my goodness, did you see the with the Coldplay concert and the CEO and the HR director getting caught?
Right.
Did you see the one when it was the mayor and Officer Vappy instead?
Right.
Oh, can't get enough of it.
And of course she all claims that people were stalking her and that kind of a thing, and my impression of that is the woman just was looking outside her balcony and saw it and just took a picture and then sent it to the Metropolitan Crime Commission.
Oh, that's not exactly stalking. That's being mildly observant.
Right.
Kind of a difference right there. Hey, want to talk to you about, if we could pivot the conversation over here, Jeff, to something that has come up before. Obviously, it came up around Sugar Bowl time. And that's going back to the discussion of making Bourbon Street pedestrian only. We saw
Right.
last weekend where 2 officers got hit by a vehicle. Has that discussion bubbled back up again as a result of the last weekend's accident?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always out there. I mean, they're strong advocates for that, Brian. I don't think that we should have any kind of vehicles on that street. But then, you look at the merchants there, you look at the businesses there. I mean, it's a thriving business area. So if you shut down vehicular traffic, how are those businesses going to deal with that?
Right.
So, I mean, that has always been the worry, that it would hurt the businesses in the quarter, and we need those businesses to survive. Now, I've been talking to friends over the past few days. I mean, we've had a tough summer here. I mean, we've had businesses that have a real hit as far as what they're bringing in. So that could create more problems. I mean, I understand the reasoning. I just worry about their survivability.
Yeah, and one of the things that gets overlooked with Bourbon Street is it is quite the mix. It's not just a slew of bars. There are bars, there are restaurants, but there's
Right.
residential there as well.
Yeah.
There are
Right.
other businesses, and maybe not in the 3, 4, 500 blocks that where the heart of the partying goes on, but you've got more than just the bars, and no real backdoor to serve them.
No, it's a mix of businesses. You have all kinds of different folks who, depend on the commerce there and people getting access to it. So I think that is going to continue to be the challenge. One good bit of news is that, we really have seen overall in the city of New Orleans a massive decrease in crime.
Yeah.
And I do think that helps the businesses all over the city. When you don't have that threat hanging over you, that things are just out of control. When you see a reduction, that certainly makes it easier for them to keep their doors open, and us to attract the kind of events like you talked about, the UFC fight and other things that the city needs to survive. So that is the good news that we have going into the mayor's race, and hopefully new leadership, which will then be another shot in the arm to the city.
Got just a couple minutes left with Jeff Crouere, host of Ringside Politics. His show's coming up at 7 down there in New Orleans. I want to pivot over to a topic that I've talked about a good bit, but it's a little bit more in your backyard, and that's bailing on the Mid-Barataria sediment diversion. What are the takeaways down that way? Because I know this affects, Jefferson, like Lower Jefferson
Right.
and Plaquemines Parish, a lot more than it affects us up here in Baton Rouge. And we tend to get into more of the political discussion from this end, but there's real life applications down y'all's way.
Yeah, and over the years, I've heard from a lot of people in St. Bernard and Plaquemines that have been opposed to this, that are celebrating, because they were very worried the impact on their business, that they're in the the fishing industry, the seafood industry. They thought it was going to be very detrimental. I've interviewed Billy Nungesser a number of times over the years.
Oh, he hates it.
Billy really made it a signature issue. He is celebrating, obviously. But then, we've had programs on our station of people that are, strongly in favor of it, believe it's science-based, and, believe this is a terrible decision. And, the debate continues. It's been controversial from day one. There have been a group of business people that, tried to stop it. I think most of the leadership down in the parishes south of New Orleans have been opposed to it, and those in those industries have felt it was going to be really negative. But the scientists and those that study this for living, have always thought it was beneficial.
Yeah, and isn't that kind of the rub though? Is like, who are you going to believe, the scientists
Right.
or the politicians? And as far
Right.
as which industries have been opposed to it, I was talking with Representative Joe Ogeron about this, and it's basically just the oyster fishermen. Everybody else can adjust within the same season. The oyster fishermen would take a hit for about 2-3 seasons before nature readjusted and pushed their beds further out. So
now we're dealing with this decision and the ramifications of this. How much money have we poured into this over the years?
Yeah.
So this has been, a massive project that is now just stopped. So,
It's a
huge implications.
$3 billion project. $2.9 billion of the cost was picked up by BP, courtesy of the Deepwater Horizon settlement. And now we're looking to redirect those funds to do something on a smaller scale. But then the question comes out: will a smaller scale get the job done? In the meanwhile, I'm looking at the clock, man. You got to get.
Yeah.
He is Jeff.
In the
Crouere.
meanwhile, we keep the coast keeps eroding. So there
right.
You go.
Yeah,
Right.
41,000 dump trucks of sediment go down that river every day, and we don't do anything with it. Jeff, always appreciate the time, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, Brian.
Later on. It's 6:50 at Talk 107.3 FM. Quick break for Your Money Now, traffic, and we will reconvene in a minute. That segment gets better every week. I liked it, though. He got a little defensive there for a minute.
A little bit.
It's like, we're not the only ones with homelessness, Brian. I'm like, whoa, I'm not shitting on New Orleans, boss.
Just like, look, man, I get it.
All right, I have to run upstairs real fast, y'all. I will. Oh, by the way, good morning, Christy. Welcome in, boo. Sorry, I've been frustrated this morning with my stupid internets. Did you have the cuts from yesterday?
4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah.
Got 'em.
Did
So I was just
were
not-
they
I just-
saved yesterday, or did you have to go re-get them?
Oh no, I had them and then downloaded.
Okay. All right, because they're going to be the 4, 5, and 6 from today are going to be different. So
Right.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I did that. I just kind of had them in another folder.
.655 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Before we get back into it, had the chance on Saturday to go out to the ribbon cutting at the new Mathern's Market. Well, I say new; they've been open about a month now, but they did a soft opening. Formally opened things up on Saturday. Mayor President Sid Edwards was out there. It was my first chance to go by there because it's Highland Road by Kenilworth, not my normal bubble. But I got to tell you, now that I've been out there, I'm going to make this part of the route somehow. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Perfectly done. Perfectly executed. So it used to be Kenilworth Supermarket back in the day. And then the Mathern sold it off and moved on to other properties and whatnot. Well, now they came back around to where they had the opportunity to go back to their OG location in Baton Rouge. And, well, it came a-calling, and they did. And it is expansive. It is everything you would want from a local grocer, to be sure. Whether you're talking about the level of service, the courteousness, and customer service that comes along with that, whether you're talking about having the opportunity to get at some local brands that you're not going to find anywhere else, they got an A-Bear specialty meats in the back of it. So you don't just have your butcher and your deli and all that stuff. They've got a full-on outlet for A-Bear specialty meats in the back with a whole slew of fridges and freezers full of A-Bear specialty meats. If you know A-Bear's out there in Prairieville, they're right there inside the Mathern's. They've got a CC's Coffee inside this Mathern's. And it is just fantastic. Could not have been more impressed with the way it came out. The downtown location of Mathern's is awesome, but they had to build into what was already there existing, right? They had to build into what used to be a bank back in the day. The location on campus, also awesome, but kind of built to cater towards the student because they're on campus and game day and catering for that matter. But this one right here, this Mathern's, man, this is the dream come true. So if you get the chance to swing by, I highly, highly recommend, and of course, download the app so you can earn cash towards more groceries every time you shop. All right. A lot of people are asking about Congresswoman Julia Letlow. What is she doing next? I didn't know she had to do anything next, but Tyler Bridges with The Advocate did a story on this and says Letlow has 3 different options in front of her right now. Is she going to run for re-election in 2026? Will she challenge Bill Cassidy in next year's U.S. Senate race? Or perhaps put her hat in the ring to be the next president of LSU? Is not playing.
Representative Letlow has got to decide sometime in advance of mid-January whether she's going to run for re-election, challenge Cassidy, or and then there's the wild card with President Tate having gone to Rutgers University. Does she want to try to be the president of LSU?
Now, if she decides to run in the primary to challenge Bill Cassidy, that we have closed primaries to that race, so that has to push up to January. The Presidential Search Committee is expected to begin really diving in next month with the hope of naming a new president by the end of this year. So that might dovetail a little bit or get within a month of each other as far as making a decision one way or the other is concerned.
She does have a doctorate, and that's from the University of South Florida. She has worked in academia at the University of Louisiana at Monroe.
So Bridges reports Letlow recently moved to Baton Rouge. Her home is still in Richland Parish, or her home in Richland Parish is up for sale. Letlow, while Bridges didn't speak to Letlow directly, he did speak to dozens of others who believe that if President Trump endorses Congresswoman Letlow for U.S. Senate, she will get into that race.
more people than not said that they think that she will run for the Senate. And the only reason she will run for the Senate is because President Trump says that he wants her to run for the Senate because he remains upset with Senator Cassidy.
Although Senator Cassidy has been doing his work to make up ground on that front. I mean, from helping carry the one big beautiful bill to just about every time you turn around, Senator Cassidy has been very pro-Trump and vocal about being pro-Trump. So we'll see where that heads. Right now, we got to head to break. Hour 2 is next. Morning. How are you today? Doing all right. You're Rodney? All right. Well, you got in okay. You didn't even need me. Okay. Yeah, right downstairs right here. Oh, okay. All right. So, well, we installed this thing where I can buzz you in from right here. So, yeah. Yeah. But you got in time and we're good. Go around this corner here and then to your right. My pleasure. Yeah, yeah, have a seat. You're good. Did you want a water or anything? Yeah, they got a little fridge right there. We're going to post that today. It's good. 7:05, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Hour 2 coming your way right now. Brian here with you, John LaBeouf producing. Busy hour this hour. We got Rodney Braxton talking Florida Boulevard Corridor. We got Baton Rouge Fire Chief Mike Kimble talking about his crew that just came back from Texas. Oh, yeah, we got a lot to cover. So let's dive right in. Top stories and trending. Let's get it.
Number 5.
Southwest making a move, and it's a move that might keep you right here in Baton Rouge. Southwest Airlines passengers will fly in assigned seats for the first time on January 27th. Southwest told this to the folks over at CNBC. Customers can start buying tickets with assigned seats on July 29th. This move ends a more than half a century of open seating on the airline, a policy that has set them apart from rivals for decades.
Number 4.
Ascension Parish deputies arrested 30-year-old Devontae Cart of Gonzales on child pornography and sexual abuse of animal charges. He was booked on July 16th on 4 counts of pornography involving juveniles under the age of 13, 1 count of possession of pornography involving juveniles, and 3 counts of sexual abuse of an animal, though they never do say what type of animal is he's alleged of abusing.
Number 3.
Commuters can expect major traffic disruptions on the west side on the Intracoastal Bridge on Highway 1 later this week. Work is continuing on the bridge replacement. Highway 1 to 110 to I-10, I should say. Eastbound exit ramp diversion will be closed Thursday from 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. the next morning. Motorists can also expect alternating left and right lane closures on the Highway 1 northbound bridge Thursday and Friday nights from 7 p.m. until 4 a.m. the following morning.
Number 2.
Livingston Parish is getting nearly $500,000 in federal funding for weather stations that could give residents more time to prepare or evacuate during hurricanes. The FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program awarded the parish $476,000 in change to install 9 weather stations for an early warning system project across the parish that'll monitor real-time weather data like rainfall and wind speed.
Number 1.
So a Postal Service truck got into a wreck with a CATS bus on Sunday. Our news partners at WBRZ have the pictures. This happened at the Circle K on Jefferson Highway. And to be clear, there's 2 Circle Ks on Jefferson Highway, right? This is the one that's by Town Center. This was the one by Town Center where Jefferson is on that big turn on the backside of Town Center right there. So that's where this happened. The U.S. Postal Service says they're aware of the crash. No one was injured. All the mail inside the truck was secured and delivered the same day. CATS put out a statement, something about their commitment to safety as well. What you got, John?
Well, what does the House want when it comes to the Epstein files? We may soon have some better answers than those covering them.
Or we may not, because they're on recess, and from the sounds of things, they're not even going to look into this till they get back. So we'll push pause.
Yep.
Push pause. Move the mouse every so often so the screen doesn't go to sleep. But I don't think we're gonna hear a whole lot here. Oh. Is this where collectively, as a populace, we have that we lose our attention span and move on to other things?
Maybe so. This might be it.
Like remember like a decade, well, more than a decade ago, it was 2012. Mm-hmm. Remember that whole Coney 2012 thing?
Wow.
Remember that the warlord Joseph Coney, who was just on a rampage killing people, and like everybody all at once was like, we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, something happened. We all blinked. A Lifetime movie came out or something. And then we all just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this what's going to be that? Is Jeff Epstein going to be the new Coney?
Man, that's a good point, right? I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it just now.
Oh, we all get hauled in one direction. Yeah. We all get hauled in, and we all get on board with something, and then we move on to something else, and then forgotten.
Man.
Well,
that's a good point, but pushing pause on that for now. Tragic news coming here. Malcolm Jamal Warner died yesterday at the age of 54. The Cosby Show actor apparently drowned while on vacation with his family in Costa Rica.
Got caught up in that rip current, man. I know. It's so sad. Because number one, who didn't grow up with him, right?
Exactly.
Who didn't grow up with Theo Huxtable?
So I said last time. I mean, who didn't want to be him, right? He was like the coolest kid.
Yeah. And then add to that, I didn't realize just how active an actor he was, like how busy he was.
Right.
I mean, we all know and love Theo Huxtable, but
Right.
dude, he was on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And
He's a musician, a poet.
I knew the musician
actor,
part. I
like-
thought that's what he was doing full time.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm sure he did have some roles that kind of went under our radar, maybe. But man, still active indeed.
Yeah, but on vacation with his family, which is just that's the nightmare scenario
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, as far as like recent things that he had done, he was on Grownish. He was on The Resident, and like I said, a big role on Sons of Anarchy. So he wasn't done with acting by any stretch.
No. Well, got some other news here. We have yet another shark alligator rule story spilling over from last weekend. A woman at Crab Fest in Cameron Parish, who despite warnings was splashing around in swamp water, got her arm bitten by a gator. The attack was quick and the woman's injuries were minimal.
Yeah, she got lucky in that it wasn't a big gator.
No.
I mean, first of all, there were videos going around the internet not long ago of how to tell if there's an alligator in Louisiana water.
Yes.
And the long and the short of it was if the water is wet, there's a gator in there.
That's correct.
Yeah, this is what this woman should have paid attention to for sure.
Man, I don't get it. I
Yeah.
don't get it. And then at night, what are you doing?
I know.
What
Makes
are you doing?
no sense.
Oh, man.
712 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. We're going to break coming up in just a little bit. Do need to remind you, the folks over at the Louisiana Travel Association, we've teamed up with them and Miller's RV to bring you what's being called Brian's Big Adventure. Hitting the road this weekend, going to celebrate a lot of what Louisiana has to offer. Southeast Louisiana, to be sure. I'm not that bold just yet. But I'm teaming up with Miller's RV to take the family on an extended weekend. We're making a couple stops. One of them is in Robert. Whoever thought we'd vacation in Robert. Another's up in the Bogachita State Park. And been looking forward to this for some time because I think every guy kind of has that want to get out and just explore, to see pieces of America you're not going to see from a high-rise hotel, to have that little John Steinbeck in them, right? Well, the Louisiana Travel Association is helping make this possible, as is Miller's RV, as Brian's Big Adventure coming your way this weekend. There's going to be all kinds of content on social media. I'm warning you right now. The number of you who are looking for me to just epically fail at everything I do, I'm not going to be that bad, y'all. I am not Clark Griswold. And honestly, I'm a little bit hurt that you have that little faith in me. But you're going to want to follow Talk 107.3 Social all weekend for sure. It's 7:13. Let's talk Florida Boulevard Corridor next. Come on over, man. Major Crimes. That was the one. I was trying to scroll through his IMDb in real time. Do what? Moon's on every day. In fact, he'll be here in about half an hour. Oh, wait, we don't know about the person. Okay, yeah, he from 9 to 11. Yeah, but he's based out of Lafayette, and we're trying to bring him to town once every 2 weeks. Stay in touch with sales and go make some calls. Keep an eye on the Capitol and whatnot. That's right. Oh, Nelly. Third time now. If I get to pour myself a glass of water, I need to pour myself a glass of water. And not keep getting distracted with other things. So, Rodney, are you with Bill's Baton Rouge? I'm the chairman. Yeah, that's what I thought. I want whoever can talk about Florida Boulevard because I am bullish on this thing.
Oh, me too. I think it's a great opportunity.
I'm a little bit hyperbolic about it as well. Just
Yeah,
here we go. 7:15 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. I don't want to overstate things, but if Baton Rouge is to survive as a city, Florida Boulevard has to thrive. If we believe in our very existence, that artery has to be bumping to be sure. Have I overset the table, Rodney?
You have not.
Okay, Rodney Braxton's with us. He's with Build Baton Rouge. The Florida Boulevard Corridor project is in its early stages right now, but is underway.
Yes.
You and I were talking during the break.
Mm-hmm.
I could not be more bullish on this.
Right.
Because, okay, we've got our interstate, and everybody uses the interstate, right? But the interstate is not for commerce along the interstate. The interstate is not that grand thoroughfare that literally runs from river to river. This is
Correct.
the main artery of Baton Rouge. The Florida Boulevard is keep your College Drive, keep your Perkins, keep your Essen, keep your Segan. Florida Boulevard is the main artery of Baton Rouge and has to come back to life.
There's no question about it, Henry. Historically, it was.
Right.
Right? It was the how you connected East Baton Rouge Parish to Livingston and beyond is Florida Boulevard.
Yeah.
And, we recognize that at Build Baton Rouge. And, one of our chief primary goals is to bring back investment to areas that have historically been disinvested in. And, of course, Florida Boulevard fits that to a T.
Right.
And the Amazon project gave us an opportunity to create a fund where we could do a couple of things. But the main thing was to take a comprehensive look at Florida Boulevard from the river to the parish line and incorporate that in with, what they're doing with downtown at the DDD, as well as looking at opportunities all along the corridor that were ripe for investment, that could take advantage of the what I think is a catalytic investment in what Amazon is doing. And so we did that. We created the plan, and now we're trying to see how we take advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, let's talk about opportunity because it's going to mean something different in every part along the way.
Correct.
I've been to a couple of the meetings. I've seen the big boards that are up on the easels and whatnot. And this breaks down into 6 different parts? Or
Yes.
So we're still at the 6 parts point. So walk me through what's expected because it's going to be a different type of investment at each spot along the way.
Sure.
Break it down for me.
Sure, I'll do the best I can. Like you said, there's 6 parts, and it kind of takes into account the areas that we're dealing with. Like there's a section downtown, near what starts with where the old post office is.
Sure.
Going through the area where the bus station is, right? That is one if I was had memorized the report, I'd tell you what that section was called. Then there's a corridor over by the Baton Rouge General, and each section has ideas for investment,
Right.
and things that we think will change.
Okay. So I'm glad you brought up the bus station because a big part of this is connecting downtown to Mid-City because you can't connect downtown to Sherwood until you connect through Mid-City, through the airline and whatnot. So in order to get from downtown to Mid-City, you got to pass the bus station.
This is correct.
That's a hard sell to get someone to invest in that area while the bus station's still there. Are there any talks about moving the bus station?
I have not heard any recent talks. However, there are other developments going on around Memorial Stadium and so in that area, there is what traditionally was the train stop for Baton Rouge.
Right.
And, as we work towards getting rail between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, that comes to fruition. The bus station, the train stop, all of that will be in the same location. Now, that's not really been discussed a lot, but it is a thought that could happen. And that would, I know exactly the issue you're discussing, particularly at night. It's not somewhere you want to be.
Well, no, and it's so, but there's multiple parts to this. It's not just that the bus station's there. It's you got people sleeping outside of an abandoned Popeyes.
Correct.
Like it's just
That corridor, yes.
Yeah.
And there are lots of opportunity in that corridor where you could bring back investment and transform that area.
Right.
And even with the bus station still being there, I think part of the issue is there's nothing else around to, like you said, the Popeyes closed down and other things. So we have to look at all opportunities.
So for that area, who are we looking for? Who do we want to hear from when it comes to that? And we'll get to other areas as well.
Sure. But
right
if
there, who are we looking for?
So if you go to buildbatonrouge.org, that's our website. On there, you'll see both the Florida plan and an RFP for folks who are interested in doing developments there, looking at the plan and what we have in place. And so who we're looking for are people who are experienced with these types of developments, that require, several different layers of funding from local government, federal government, private investment. That's who we're looking for. We're looking for people with experience who know how to develop that we can partner with to bring some of these projects to life.
We got Rodney Braxton with us from Build Baton Rouge, talking about the Florida Boulevard Corridor project. Moving it up a couple blocks from there, you kind of have to push pause because you can't really redevelop cemeteries. Then it picks back up after the cat station right there.
Correct.
Now we're in towards the Baton Rouge General area.
Yes.
Are we looking specifically for people who would want to create something in the medical field around that area?
That's the primary goal. I think the opportunity there is to bring developments, and when you look at the plan, you'll see what was contemplated. And there are other groups like BRAF working on a plan for that area. But yes, the idea would be to bring development that takes into account of what's going on in that area already.
Yeah. Why not capitalize on it? And
Correct.
With the future of medicine is going to be so heavily invested into.
Absolutely.
On many different fronts, and the partnerships that Baton Rouge General can build right there.
Correct.
And honestly, if we're being completely honest, the Lake and Oxford might want to start snooping around that area too for other, research and development type of. We have our own. We have that medical district off Essen Lane, but there's no reason why we shouldn't have a second one.
There's no reason why you couldn't bring a similar type investment with the focus on improving the health of the community.
Yeah.
Right, and incorporating what they have going on. Care South is right there, so you have a good mix of healthcare opportunities that could be invested in and built on.
Talk with Rodney Braxton about the Florida Boulevard Corridor, moving on beyond Baton Rouge General, and I know I'm not going to get these 6 areas right down the block, but let's talk about that next chunk being, let's say, take it up the airline from there. Yes. This is where we'll start to piggyback off of Amazon a little bit.
This is where we piggyback off of Amazon. This is where you have more opportunity to invest in the actual, the appearance of that corridor. This is where you can piggyback off of the investments already made with Baton Rouge Community College, with the school system. There's development that in Ardendale that the Baton Housing Authority is working on a grant that we collaborated with them on called, I forget the grant. However, they're building affordable single-family homes and
really,
so there's investment coming.
Okay,
and the ability for people to live and work right in that area is growing.
Talk to me a little bit about that nursing school over at BRCC, because that, first of all, the building's gorgeous. They're doing it right. But secondly, that should spur a little, a piggybacked growth as well.
It should absolutely do that. What you're going to do is bring, with the growth of the nursing school, that means more students. That means more, customers in the area. And I think back to when I first got to Baton Rouge in '93, there was not a lot of going on downtown Baton Rouge.
Right.
But as soon as all those office buildings were built and you brought a critical mass of people downtown, you started seeing more investment. You got a grocery store because people are now living and working downtown. You got a lot of investment in apartments, right? Similar thing, I think, with that corridor. As Baton Rouge Community College continues to grow, you bring more people into the area, and they're going to need services.
Speaking of grocery stores, you got that Rouse's midway
Yes.
through. You got that Rouse's
It's a
on
good
Florida
compliment to
Boulevard,
what we're doing.
which I think they kind of wrote the blueprint to how to reinvent retail in the area.
Yes, because for a long time, as you know, there was an absence of any sort of major grocer
Mhm.
in that corridor.
Right.
Rouse's wasn't, and they did a lot of research. Rouse's is a successful chain. They don't just open up
Right.
just because. They saw the opportunity. It seems to be going very well, and it's brought a needed service to that area. And again, it's one of those developments that came, I think, even before we decided, took a good look at it, but came because they could see there's opportunity there, right?
Right.
Companies don't invest by accident,
Right.
and it's something that we can build off.
We got just a couple minutes left with Rodney Braxton talking Florida Boulevard corridor, and we're in the early stages of this. And what's being sought right now is a request for expressions of interest to solicit early stage development ideas for projects along the corridor. Moving past Airline Highway, now you're right there at Amazon. Who are we looking at? What are we looking at when it comes to Amazon? We've seen a Starbucks open up. We know those fast food joints on the front end are thriving right now. You get the Aldi for a second grocery store right there. Who are we looking for in the immediate Amazon atmosphere?
Right. And so what happens a lot of times when Amazon opens up these distribution centers, you have a lot of folks who work there that, maybe cannot afford to live around there, but work there and get there some other way.
Mhm.
So there's opportunities to build workforce housing, right?
Okay.
For folks who work at that Amazon. I don't know how many people are going to be there, but it's a lot of folks, right?
Yeah.
And when you invest in an area and you bring more people in the area, that is more folks who can circulate a dollar in an area. And we're looking for companies and opportunities and businesses and developments that complement what Amazon is bringing to the table.
When you talk about living near where you work at Amazon, are you talking about single-family homes, like houses, or are you talking about more on the apartment level?
Well, it depends. Because right at Ardendale,
Well, you got Villa Del Rey right over
you got
there.
Villa Del Rey, but right at Ardendale, you have some single-family homes that will be going up, right, which is not that far from there, and it'll be affordable because the Baton Rouge Housing Authority is building them in that way. But it's a mixture of things. It's not just apartments. It depends on the area, what could be developed.
Actually, you back it up towards Lobdell. They got some great homes down there too.
They do.
I know that neighborhood has not always had the best reputation over the last 20 years, but there's some gorgeous houses up along that way.
Beautiful homes there, and it's I've driven through back there a lot over the years, and beautiful homes, homes that have stood the test of time, well cared for. It is a great area. You're right; it doesn't get the respect that it should in terms of being a place to live. So there's opportunity, I think, to and my whole feeling about investing in these areas is that when you it's a cliche, but if you try to lift all the boats, right? And if you invest in an area that is going to increase economic activity in an area, everybody's going to benefit from that. Higher home values, et cetera. So,
opportunity is the key here. Opportunity is the absolute key. We got less than 2 minutes to go. Taking it beyond Amazon, going out towards Sherwood and beyond towards the river. If I can oversimplify what some of the boards said what some of the poster boards said at the meetings, and I apologize for my phrasing on this one, but there's a good chunk of embrace the Asian.
I don't remember seeing that on.
I might be filling in my own words here, but there is a growing Asian community in Baton Rouge, and they are thriving in business as well.
Absolutely.
And there's a great opportunity for outlets for investment, growth, scale, all of it.
So I'm glad you said that, because the discussions along that corridor is basically investing in the folks who are doing business there right now. And there are a lot of people who are doing business, and that is something that has not happened.
Right.
Right. And so that is a point of emphasis, particularly for that corridor.
Right. So, look, the crassness of my phrasing aside, but it's true, though. And
you and I should hang out sometimes. Crass, you don't have a monopoly on crass.
We got just under a minute to go. Where do folks go if they want to, if they have their interest out there and want to think about investing?
I said it earlier, buildbatonrouge.org. Go to our website. There is a wealth of information there about what we're doing, where we're going, and what the opportunities might be.
He he is Rodney Braxton from Build Baton Rouge. We got Baton Rouge Fire Chief Mike Kimble coming up next. Thank you so much, Rodney. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Embrace the age.
But you're not wrong.
No, I know. It's just
And that was important. We talked about that.
Say.
And that's why, that corridor, the worst part about that corridor is how it looks.
I live in Sherwood.
Yeah, I live off of Jones Creek.
Okay.
And I love Sherwood. I tried to get my wife to buy in Sherwood. I want to live in Lake Sherwood. But she was like, no, I want to go further out.
Yeah. Well, so we live in one of the oldest houses in Sherwood.
Yeah, and I love those houses.
Same. Our house was built in '64. And I absolutely adore the neighborhood. The face of the neighborhood has changed.
Yeah.
But it's changed because, you had an entire generation of families raise successful kids and whatnot. So there's going to be turnover.
Yep.
So
and that's where that neighborhood is. Tara's in that kind of same.
Tara?
Tara.
Yeah. Oh, so we
cycle.
we're members of Tara Pool.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
because our
It's
kids
easy
go
to get to.
Oh, well, yeah, and our kids go to Mercy.
Okay.
So that's like all their
Yeah.
friends are out there.
Yeah.
Hey, John. All right. Well, no, go for it, man. It's there for you. That's my fee. If I'm filling in for Moon, he's bringing Best Stop by. I filled in for Moon last Tuesday, and he brought Best Stop by. So, also, as soon as he steps in the building, everything leaves the rails. You notice that? It's 737 Talk, rolling on 738 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Thanks again to Rodney Braxton from Build Baton Rouge for just a phenomenal segment. Not the last time he's coming on here. That guy has a new home right here, as we are going to talk about the Florida Boulevard corridor until all of it comes to fruition. Right now, though, we're going to pivot and talk about some absolute heroes from Baton Rouge who have come back home. Want to welcome Baton Rouge Fire Chief Mike Kimble back to the studio. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having us on again.
No, of course. Glad to have you back on. Louisiana Task Force 2 is back home. So they went to Texas to work with the rescue and recovery efforts after the flash flood. But I want to rewind the clock, talk about what the task force is first.
So the task force is a group of men and women of the Baton Rouge region. It's made up of the Baton Rouge Fire Department, Zachary Fire Department, East Side Fire Department, District 6, West Feliciana. This region of the metropolitan area is made up of about 120 men and women that are trained to respond to any type of disaster, building collapse, flood, wide area search, incident management for large-scale events. These guys are some of the tip of the spear, people with knowledge to be able to manage and handle and mitigate emergencies across this country.
Where do they train?
Where do they train?
Yeah.
So
how do you train for a building collapse?
So it's a lot of hard work and dedication, of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
I would imagine.
There's different simulations, different locations we can go. We're very fortunate. We work with some of the DPW folks of East Baton Rouge Parish when there's some houses going to be demolished.
Ooh.
We get them. We go get some backhoes. We squash them and go in there and get the victim out that we prepared to be in there. A lot of work, a lot of teaching, a lot of engineer goes into it.
Yeah.
Of collapse areas and structural stability, and it's a lot of knowledge that goes into that.
I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, just the nature of where we are, there are certain emergencies we are more adept to. Is a flash flood one of them?
Yes, there's no doubt. That's one of the biggest things our team is prepared for is water response.
Right.
We have all the proper gear from boats, the suits that we can keep our people safe to keep the contaminants off of us. We have all the equipment and work to prepare for any type of event that comes our way.
Baton Rouge Police Chief, Fire Chief Mike Kimble's in with us. The reason I asked about flash flooding is because I think our flooding is a little bit different. We of course revert back to 2016. We remember when 2016 happened and how that slow. And I remember the fire trucks going up and down. I live in Sherwood. The fire trucks going up and down the street at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting everybody up, getting everybody out because the water was rising and you needed to go. But it wasn't a flash. It wasn't fast, rapid moving water. It wasn't the kind of water that carries your house away. How is that different, or how does that present different challenges?
Well, the challenge, the difference that is not being prepared to have the time to get everybody out. What they experienced in Texas, Brian, was something that nobody around here has ever seen. I don't believe the folks there have seen the magnitude of what it was.
Right.
When our guys was there working, at one point every afternoon they had some pretty good thunderstorms come through, and them guys said, man, the water would rise 8 to 10 feet within just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And that was a normal day for them there, right? But for us, that was kind of out the norm.
Okay, now let's go back to this particular incident. Walk me through when the guys deployed and what kind of work they did while they were there.
Right. So last July 5th, we received a request from Texas. Everything we deal with goes through the Governor's Office of Homeland Security. They received a request asking for some assistance. We put out a request to our team and was able to put together a 12-man squad to deploy to Crouere. They went to Austin first, and then from there was sent to Crouere. The first few days, they was there strictly as a rescue mission. They were there to supplement the first responders that was already working. They've been working tirelessly because there was also flooding going on in other parts, right? So they had the big event take place. Then multiple other water avenues was flooding. So the first 2 to 3 days, our guys were there strictly as a rescue operation. When a 911 call come in or somebody in distress was to respond.
Okay.
As those days went on, they moved them into assisting some federal partners in Crouere, and they started doing grid searches in the water with the boats using dogs.
Before we get to the grid search and then moving over from rescue to recovery a little bit, I want to talk about this rescues because I don't think we heard a whole lot of stories. Were people rescued? Like, were they able to save lives?
So on our team, they did not.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. Everybody wants to talk about that. Such a great. No, a good thing is no rescue was made, right? Because
Right.
that means nobody was at harm or where we was located.
Right.
So our team did not have to go out and make any rescues.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay. Now move over to start with. What is a grid search? How is it executed? And what did our guys see?
So from an incident management team will come in and they'll start gridding out areas, large areas. It was about a 10-mile stretch they were responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to make sure they touch every square inch of that area. So they grid out through a map, through a program, and they're assigned through GPS coordinates. You search this area today. And they would go in through using GPSs in the boats. They had some dogs from California assigned to them that are able to human remain searches. On top of that water, they can identify potential sources.
I'm sorry. At what point? Around what date was this? Was this
That
by
was
the 10th or
probably
the 11th?
around the 10th or 11th.
Okay. So was there still water at this point? I mean, are they still in boats, or has the water receded by this?
They're still in the water today.
Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Golly, we're almost 3 weeks removed.
But you got to remember, Brian, they're on the river.
Right.
So there's always the water's going to be there.
Right,
It's just not
but-
as high.
Okay. So back to the grid search and working with the dogs. I hate to ask the question, but did our guys find any body?
So they did not locate any body. They
Which
did
is
have,
also good
which is
news.
awesome. They did have some alerts
Okay.
by the K9,
Mhm.
and then they have to go back and that was our job. Our task was to use the dogs, and now secondary teams are coming behind those groups to go to those points of that was alerted and start searching in depth.
How many? You said there's 120 total. How many were deployed?
So for the first assignment from our region was 12.
Okay.
We have recently sent one of our teams from North Louisiana. A 32-man team is there currently now working.
Okay. And we're at a point now where the work gets a lot more, I don't want to say tedious is not the right word, but intricate.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, there's piles and piles of debris of trees and brush, and they're having to go through it physically by hand.
Mhm.
Can't get a track hoe. You can't get a tractor to it.
Right.
So these guys are going in there bare hands with chainsaws and hand tools.
Well, but there's also, you don't want to put a tractor to it because of what you might find along the way.
That is correct.
And that can't, what you might find along the way cannot be collateral damage.
Well, there's a process that we go through,
Right.
of delayering. And there are certain times you can use heavy equipment and sometimes you can't.
Mm-hmm. The overall process, those 32 who went back out now, how long are they expected to be going?
All our deployments were for a 14-day commitment. Our
Okay.
guys was there for 14 days
Mhm.
From a swift water response. The group that's there now from North Louisiana, they're there from a wide area search. They're doing the delayering. They're going in and digging out layer by layer to try to assist.
But there's a cap put on the deployment, so that they know when the finish line is.
That is correct.
Okay, so they just go and they do as much as they can while they're there.
That is correct.
Likelihood of a redeployment or a second deployment?
Always on the table.
Yeah.
In this situation, of my understanding, the state of Texas is going to use every resource possible, which is what we do, is do that. And if the call comes back to us, I'm sure the governor's going to tell us to get back over there and get to work.
What kind of stories have you heard, just anecdotally, from the guys that have gotten back?
So the stories you hear from the men and women over there is heartbreaking to see the families there waiting, knowing that their family member has been lost, and they're waiting to see their family member. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And our guys are and ladies from all across this country, they're giving everything they got to give so these families some closure.
We got Mike Kimble in with us. He's the Baton Rouge fire chief, talking about the Louisiana Task Force 2 team that was sent to Texas and the subsequent team that was sent behind them as well. Mike, I want to talk about how you learn from it, because that's a big part of this is, like you were saying with the training. I was asking, how do you train for a down building? Learning comes from experience. What are the takeaways from this particular experience that you think will be implemented for future teams?
So, this situation at hand is the first. It's the first time ever,
Right.
This kind of magnitude. So there's going to be a lot of after actions, a lot of training that comes out of this. From our level of what we did, is this what we normally would do already. I'm sure there's going to be some good training, unfortunately, some training that comes out to help teams in the future to be able to mitigate some of these type of events.
Are y'all able to take anything back to city planners isn't probably the right word here, but like, are y'all able to take things back to people that map out the rebuilding to give any advice, any, debrief on the back end to say, next time around, let's do it this way?
Well, I can tell you, after 2016, when we had that unexpected flood here in East Baton Rouge Parish, that changed the dynamic and preparedness and the planning for a lot of public safety. I mean, the public safety of East Baton Rouge Parish, I put up against anybody, Brian.
Yeah.
We meet once a month to prepare and have conversations of what's interfering, what's affecting each other, that we can prepare when some type of event happens the next time. And we're better prepared today than we've ever been.
While there are so many comps between 2016 and that, it's with 2016 there was not a whole lot of. It was such a once in 100. It was a 100-year flood. A lot of people learn, need to be more elevated in certain areas. But I don't think there's an area of Baton Rouge we didn't go back to.
That's correct.
So but we were able to pick up little tidbits along the way. For the guys that have come back, is it just back to regular duty? I mean, they just fold back in with their normal schedule?
So when they come back, they go through a demo process of cleaning everything up. And again, they have to refresh their mind. That's a tough deal for mental health, right? And we focus on the mental health of our men and women of the fire service. So we give them a couple of days off.
Yeah.
Get recouped with their family. They've been gone for 14 days.
Yeah.
And get back in and get back to normalcy and then put them back into work. But there's process. We have people that reach out to them, check on them. And it's not a turn the key going back to work, is it?
No, and that's exactly why I asked, is because it's what you physically see you can't unsee.
Correct.
And while they weren't pulling bodies out left and right, the destruction. I'm actually having more of a mental image of post Katrina. When you saw the mud lines on the walls and whatnot, there's probably a lot of that where just chunks of homes were taken away.
Yes, sir.
So, in the meanwhile, I can't thank you enough for a couple minutes, and I can't thank you guys and gals enough for their efforts. Absolute heroes coming from Baton Rouge over to Texas and then back home again. Baton Rouge Fire Chief Mike Kimble, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. It's 7:50 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. We need to check your money now. We'll check traffic. We will continue next. Am I early? I'm early. All right.
We appreciate you, man.
No.
Thank you so much for always taking care of us. It's always good to get those.
Gotcha.
Little PR from
Grab
you
some
guys.
crackles before Moon bites my head off. You can't bring him in the studio. You can't bring him in the studio. It all. Okay. Thank y'all. Always. Appreciate it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yep. Burning it up in Highland Park. So we're starting off slow at Goodwood Park right now. They got that little track around there. But I have my daughter's in 8th grade, son's in 4th. She's the athlete, he's not. So let's see what we get out of him. Do what? Later, y'all. Woo! That black pepper pop right there, man. Mm-hmm. Eating it right now.
I know Walker's my producer, but he's still young on some stuff, so we got to make sure we can make it here. He produced for you. Joe is on vacation. He ain't come back tomorrow. So I'm just a little nervous with Walker's on. He said, man, he told me, he said, Walker can do all this. He trained me. I didn't train him. I don't know how to press a button, so I can't train him.
Oh, good. Well, we'll flip it over during the break.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to call Walker. I'm trying to get him that 8. If he don't, we can do it in between at a break.
Yeah.
I do want to at least get one. I didn't bring my equipment up. I got it. But really, that was easy.
Yeah.
Did you work most of the walk with that? Yeah. That went okay with you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I wasn't. I had a couple Red Bulls and I was good to go. That's
You had to.
5 straight hours. 5 hours with. I mean, I could do that for hurricane coverage. But look, hey. So one of the things I did, Moon, I had Emily Chenevere in during my show and just played it back during yours. Because I mean, the content was there, just different audience. So that's.
I want Cass to be on the program with me. The only thing I tell you don't do. But other than that, it don't matter. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You ain't got to agree with me.
So
I never do that.
first thing I did was running a pro carbon capture guy just to see who was gonna piss off, and sure enough, got a caller on it because I never know how callers are gonna go when you got the substitute teacher in the room, right? So, but got a caller. It was great. It was awesome. Oh, I know. So, well, he's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be a good lunch. 756 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane. Rolling right along. Oh my word! You thought things had left the rails already? We're gonna have some fun next hour. Our boy Zack West is gonna be in the building. He's bringing Kyle Callahan with him, and we're gonna talk about the fire department and the police department playing a little brown ball together. A little bit of basketball going on. I can't wait to dive in on this. It is going to be awesome. And oh, look at that. Zach just sent over some graphics for what's to come. We'll dive into this in just a little bit, though. We're looking forward to it. Also, Restaurant Week continues right here. It is Restaurant Week in Baton Rouge. DigBR.com. DigBR.com is your home base for Restaurant Week. 56 restaurants taking part. They've got preset menus going on, all kinds of price ranges. We're going to have the folks from Our Moms in here at 8:35 talking burgers. Absolutely looking forward to that. The guys from Our Moms, JP and the rest of the crew over there are fantastic. So definitely looking forward to that one. We were supposed to dive into a couple different topics for this segment, but I want to stick with just one. If we can leave the rails for a quick minute. I did not realize the level of activity in the building was going to leave the rails when I pulled the story up this morning. But we've got a Florida man story. It's been a hot minute since we've had a Florida man story. We've got a Florida man story today. This involves a man getting a DUI. Brian, you say, why would a man in Florida getting a DUI be a news story or a Florida man story? Well, take you to Brooksville, Florida. Dateline Brooksville. A man faces charges after troopers say he took his riding mower onto a busy toll road while impaired. God, I love Florida. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, dispatchers received calls from multiple witnesses around 8:30 a.m. on Friday. Yep, can't say you've been drinking all day if you don't start in the morning. Received calls from multiple witnesses around 8:30 a.m. on Friday reporting a man operating a lawnmower erratically on the southbound side of the Suncoast Parkway. So not only was he driving a mower on the highway, but he was driving it erratically. I would say any operation of a mower on a highway is erratic, but, here we are. Troopers say traffic cameras showed the lawnmower going south from Citrus County into Hernando County. He crossed counties on a lawnmower. And the rider was pulled over just south of the exit on the Highway 98. They have pictures. Absolutely, they have pictures. Florida Highway Patrol says 38-year-old Christopher Spain showed signs of impairment. No kidding. Including small pupils, flushed skin, dry mouth, and he was on a lawnmower on the highway. Spain also had a small blue straw in his back pocket, according to troopers, and repeatedly cleared his throat, sniffed, and spit during the traffic stop, as one would. Troopers say Spain refused to perform a field sobriety test, smartest thing he did that day, and was arrested on a charge of driving under the influence. I'm gonna post the link to this up on the on the chat over there on Facebook Live. Y'all have got to, which is brought to you by Lake Archer Care. Y'all have got to get a look at one Christopher Spain. He is Florida man personified. Hour 3 is next.
I mean, why not?
It was not a high-speed pursuit, but it was a low-cut pursuit.
Call it Walker yourself.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Hey, bud, okay, we ready. You ready?
You ready?
All right. Y'all give a test on the mic. What you doing? You hear us?
Test,
Give me a 1,
test.
2, 3, 4.
We
1,
get 'em
2,
in 2?
3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
test.
4.
You got everything pressed.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Heading over to the Facebook chat to post up my
I don't hear him.
link.
You hear them at all?
I don't hear him. Test. 1, 2. Let me make sure everything's good. Connect. Test.
They ought to be able to hear. They ought to be able to hear. Offer you boudin and hog crackers. Oh, we good, man. And since you from Baton Rouge, Georgia, you don't want neither. The smart one right here.
How you been, brother?
I'm running as much healthy food as I could.
My oldest is heading into college in 2 weeks, or a week and a half. That's awesome. You got a big raise. You got a big raise. And of course, you saw Abby last week. And Abby, you saw Abby last week? Yep. Oh, she made fun of that. She said your friend talked to us about nutrition and then they gave us pizza. Oh no, I'm a huge proponent of that. When Abby takes a nap, she apologizes after. She's like, "I'm sorry, I fell asleep." I'm like, "You're responding to your body, sweetheart." It's so that's the hard part. Is if you're in your bed, I don't want your phone with you. And you know what? I don't lead by example on that, so that's on me. God bless. That's awesome. .805 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Brian here with you. John LaBeouf producing. You heard that forecast. It is going to be a hot one today, and we are starting off the third hour of the show at 83 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge. Not taking our foot off the gas anytime just yet. Not unlike driving a lawnmower through Florida. We're full speed ahead. We got Zack West and Kyle Callahan coming up in our next segment. They've got a great event that you're going to want to hear about. We're talking about police versus fire on the hardwood. Also this hour, Our Mom's Restaurant. Could be talking burgers. It is Restaurant Week here in Baton Rouge. DigBR.com is the website. DigBR.com is your home base. 56 restaurants participating in this year's Restaurant Week. Looking forward to all of that. But before we get to anything at all, you know how we start the third hour. A little bit of this day in history.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Beginning in 1937, where the U.S. Senate rejects FDR's proposal to enlarge the Supreme Court, denied.
Say that again?
1937, U.S. Senate rejects FDR's proposal to enlarge the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So let's see what else. 1955, Richard Nixon becomes the first U.S. president to preside over a cabinet meeting. Let's see.
At all?
Yeah, I think so.
That can't be right.
I don't know. It's on the internet though, right? It's everything should be.
That can't be right.
That's what I was thinking and that's why I mentioned it because 1955, like that's. Man.
Well, I mean, but like Alexander Hamilton was a Secretary of State. Thomas Jefferson was a Secretary of State. These are cabinet level positions that can't be right.
First U.S. Vice President to
Our first cabinet was with the first. I mean,
no,
I'm sorry. Hamilton was Secretary of the Treasury first.
1991.
Okay.
Jeffrey Dahmer confesses to killing 17 men in 1978.
Okay.
Oof. Pablo Escobar escapes prison. 92.
Really?
1992. This day.
Okay.
This day, 1994. O.J. Simpson pleads absolutely 100% not guilty of murder.
Of course he did.
I mean, why not?
Because he wasn't guilty. That's why.
That's right.
I mean, was he found guilty? No.
That's right.
I'm still bullish on the conspiracy theory that he was running cover for his son.
That's a fascinating take.
It is.
That's a really.
It is like the fact that the slow speed chase was going on at the same time that his son was wheels up to Chicago, and then who knows where after that. There's enough meat on the bone to make me believe that theory.
Oh, absolutely. In 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump threatens Iran in an all-caps tweet of consequences in response to a speech by Iranian President Hassan Rouhani.
Okay. Gotta love a good all caps tweet.
I know.
That's
yeah.
how you threaten somebody right
That's
there.
it.
You don't threaten
That's it.
somebody in lowercase.
Nope. It's not as, threatening.
Right.
Let's see. 2024, U.S. Postal Service issues a commemorative postage stamp honoring Alex Trebek, longtime host of TV quiz show Jeopardy!
Okay.
Culver City.
You got a stamp?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
That's one
What else
way to
happened?
be. That's pretty much
That's it? All right. Then let us move on to birthdays because there's a slew of them.
Well, Alex Trebek. Let's start there.
All right.
Yeah. David Spade as well.
Really?
Actor John Leguizamo. Man, some
Okay.
good ones. Willem Dafoe today as well,
Okay.
along with Selena Gomez.
All right.
Let's
I
see.
mean, the level of acting is dropping off here, but okay.
What about Danny Glover? We'll bring it right back up.
Fair enough. Albert Brooks, who I think is overrated, but Albert
Yeah.
Brooks.
Okay.
One
Bob
of-
Dole.
Bob Dole, that's right.
Yeah. Don Henley as well today.
Okay.
Let's see.
Throw Oscar de la Renta in the mix there, fashion designer.
Yeah.
Born on this day in 1932.
Okay. Okay.
And got a couple in the world of sports. I just got to move my cursor over there to dadgummit. Here we go. Hall of Fame wide receiver Tim Brown, born on this day in 1966. Keyshawn Johnson, born on this day in 1972. And Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott, born on this day in 1995.
Okay. Yeah. As far as deaths go, Estelle Getty.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. Estelle Getty. Let's see. Dennis Farina as well. Wow.
So I was on
Yeah.
this deep cut, this Dennis Farina, like putting all of his roles together in one.
Yeah.
He basically played the same guy every time he was on screen.
Yeah.
I don't think Dennis Farina played anything but Dennis Farina, and I'm here for it. He's
Right.
great at all of them. He's great at being Dennis Farina.
Indeed.
But
Yeah,
whether you're
some
talking
actors could pull that
about
off.
Get Shorty or all the way back to his cameo appearance on Miami Vice, it was all the same.
Yep.
Also died on this day, John Dillinger died on this day in 1934, and you had one more or not?
I didn't.
Okay. Carl Sandburg died on this day in 1967.
Okay, yeah. What National Day as far as the National Hammock Day? It's summertime.
Is that the best we got
right?
today? I know it's summertime, but you will like literally melt if you lay down in a hammock right now. You would melt and you would ooze through all the weavings of the hammock, to be sure.
World
I'm not a
Brain Day.
hammock guy. Are you a hammock guy?
Of course.
You are?
In the shade, though.
Well, yeah, in the shade, but I mean, even in the shade, it's like
I know.
super hot.
Especially today, like what? 110?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Man, not
Heat
today.
index 110.
You know what? What about Casual Pie Day? Pie
Ca-
as in the equation, not the.
Well, that's March 14th. March 14th.
What is Casual Pie then?
I don't know.
What is Pie Approximation Day?
3.14, March 14th.
But why is it today?
It's not.
July 22nd. Do you see this? It's weird.
All right.
What is going on here? Lion Share Day? Mango
No, you're
Day.
you're just reading things now.
What about Mango Day?
We had the one. We had the hammock thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's 8:12 at Talk 107.3 FM. Need a second to remind you about the folks over at Vex European. VEX, it's V as in Vinny. VexEuropean.com is the website. If you drive a European vehicle, you need Vex European because they have master level, expert level technicians for your vehicle. Whether you're talking about Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar especially, since the dealership just closed down not too long ago, right? If you were taking your Jaguar to the dealership for the routine maintenance and, well, for any major repairs for that matter, Vex has got you covered. Vinny's got a Jaguar guy on his team. Check them out at VexEuropean.com. Vex, V-E-X, VexEuropean.com. If you need to go see them, they're on Benefit Drive. That's kind of the backside of Industrialplex. It's VexEuropean.com. Quick break. Come back. We're going to talk about a little bit of first responder basketball next.
Zack West and who else? Oh, yeah.
trying to stop.
All right. I want to apologize in advance because I've been texting back and forth with somebody named Kyle Cantrell all morning. So if I call you by the wrong last name at any point, it's
all
because
good.
I've got texts on my brain. So.
It's all good, bro. What's he wanted for?
He is.
What did he do? What am I supposed to?
He's gonna be doing some home repairs for me.
Well, there it is. I'm a good all-purpose catch-all kind of guy. So yeah, I'm down for that. Laying floors, fixing outlets, whatever. I'm down.
Soffit and fish.
I got that, bro.
Soffit and fish. House was built in '64. Some stuff gets rotten.
I'm coming back hard for this.
Yeah, which I loved it. And then my wife says, and now I can't unsee it ever since she sends it. She says it looks like the Jurassic Park logo. And I'm like, damn it. Yeah, I know. Let's piggyback on the branding, right? Oh, man. So is IDE done? Is our version done? Yeah. All right. No worries. We get strength. We'll keep with the strength and conditioning until I don't know when. I know they got it tonight. Okay. Abby's had a blast, and I very much so, very much so. Then it's not like I was worried that like she would just be friends with her Mercy friends, but they all, yeah.
Went to the fire chief down there this morning, leaving. He said, "What you asking here with Zach doing the basketball?" He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna beat them cops." I said, "I'm reffing, you're not." I'm the ref, you're losing.
816 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. We're going to dig in on a little bit of cops versus firemen basketball coming up here in just a second, but I do need a quick second to remind you about the folks over at NeuroJust. This is a great new partnership that we have. Look, if you or a family member or someone you know suffers from anxiety and depression, you know what a toll it can take on them. Mentally, physically, just the exhaustion of constantly being in fight or flight mode is taxing. And for some folks, sit-down therapy doesn't really take. For some folks, you might have diminishing returns on a prescription or a prescription that is addictive or just doesn't work at all. Give NeuroJust a look. NEUROJUST. Neurojust.com is where you're going to start here. They specialize in something called transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS we call it. This is an FDA-approved, non-invasive treatment for depression. And by the way, they've got results here. 70 to 80% show response. Remission rates are 60 to 70% for folks. Basically what this does is if within your mind it's a constant 8 to 10 foot waves of a sea, this brings it down to 2 feet or just calm waters. This uses magnetic pulses to stimulate areas of the brain involved in mood regulation. And like I said, just give them a look. Go visit neurojust.com. It's a different outlet. It is an outlet that has been catching on nationwide, and we're out in the front of it here because it's coming to Baton Rouge, or it's in Baton Rouge, neurojust.com. All right, want to welcome back to the studio. We've got Kyle Callahan and Zack West with us. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Doing great. Good.
Doing great. How about you, sir?
Doing very well as well. All right, Zack, you can't sit still for 2 minutes. I mean, you've been coaching basketball all summer, and now you want to put some first responders on the hardwood.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes, sir. Can't forget about them. So this, I guess, would be our annual basketball tournament, first responders. We've been doing it. Well, I guess with Kyle, we've been doing it for a while, since 15 years.
Yeah, we'll just say decade.
Like
we'll stop there. Anything on the decade makes you old, so I'll just say decade.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're trying to bring in some more competition, spread it out a little bit. So New Orleans Police Department is going to come down and play against the Baton Rouge Police Department, working on the New Orleans Fire Department as well.
Okay.
And we got some people that have been asking to play. Prairieville Fire, Port Allen Chief called and asked, "Hey, can we get in on the action?" So the police department and the fire department for Port Allen as well is coming.
All right, now I'm
play.
thinking in terms of like when you look at high schools, you've got your 5A and your 1A, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're pulling from NOPD. You got some dudes that spread around there. I'm not, no offense to Port Allen, but that's a smaller police department.
Yeah, but
So-
quality over quantity, right?
I guess I suppose so. And if you got one officer who's 6'8", you're just rocking it.
Yeah.
But like it's a smaller pool to choose from. But ready to take on NOPD head on.
Yeah, they know who they're coming to play, and I guess BRPD knows who they are.
Oh yeah,
they've all got kind of teams that they've played along the years, but haven't played in the like oncoming years. The recent times. So they're excited. They asked me to put it on probably a couple months ago, and then I always call Kyle. Hey, let's make this happen. And 1, 2, 3, we get to it.
absolutely.
It goes from there.
So dive on in, Kyle.
Oh, so no, man, can't do it without definitely the first responders, and that and the families. Like I said, you know what our mission is out here to help out the families and the first responders. A retiree from BRPD, myself, I know how important it is to tie this part into the life, tie this part into the family. When we talked about neuroadjust and those things, like I said, give them some props as well. Like there's a different way to attack some of these mental stigmas and this dealing with stress. I think it's a great outlet. I'm just excited, like I said, as always, we got these great vendors and sponsors, right, that showed up. If I give them a shout out quick.
Yeah,
Go for it.
So, man, we got Red Stick Sports. We got, I think it's Dr. Frugier, right?
Mhm. Yes.
We got Main Street Dental Care, Glock Incorporated, Varsity Sports, and Uncle Johnny's. So, like I said, you see it's a variety of people supporting the first responders, which who we represent is a variety of the citizens, and we're a variety, pretty much a microcosm of what we police and who we look at and who we take care of. So I think it's a great deal. It's awesome. I'm glad to be involved with Zach, and every time Zach hits on something with Z West, was getting your kids better, raising funds for the city of Baton Rouge. Z West does it best. That's a catchphrase. Z West does it best. I just made that up.
Put that on a
How about a
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Can't forget about Baton Rouge General.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
Baton Rouge General. We're up in this thing too.
Yeah, y'all are a little bit involved.
Yeah.
Zach, let's rewind the clock a little bit because you've been coming on this show for some time now, promoting the Ball for the Cause, and it has grown, and there's a little bit of stickiness here to it. Talk to me about the growth, and I mean, just from your perspective, the reward of seeing people take to this.
Well, like Kyle was saying, it's probably stopped. We'll talk about just a decade, but we wanted to kind of get the police involved in the community, and then just have them connect more with the community, and then just seeing it grow and seeing how much they enjoy it, and seeing the people interact with them, and then everything is for a cause. So we started off with American Heart, Behind the Lines, autism. So seeing them play for something other than what they're doing. So playing for different money causes, and to tie into that is this one is going to, each department is going to pick a charity or nonprofit that they want a portion of the money to go to. So that's all. Everything raised is going to 6 different departments, are picking 6 different organizations or charities to send the money to.
Very
So
cool
it's
stuff.
fulfilling seeing that, and being able to see where that money goes and seeing who it helps.
Very, very cool stuff. Oh, by the way, just for the particulars here, it's coming up on August 2nd out at St. Michael the Archangel. Are we looking to sell tickets ahead of time or just showing up at the door?
Showing up at the door is fine. We'll have everything there, everybody ready to help and work. We'll have probably the Employees Federal Credit Union is going to come help us out a little bit. We'll have some of my basketball players will be there to help, whether it's run the clock, maybe some referees. We'll see. But we'll have everything's ready to go. We have 2 courts there as well, so we'll have a couple games going on at one time. And we have some people coming by. Some of the Chiefs will be there. Sid, funny enough, last time we were here, I think we saw Sid before his election, so he'll be there in attendance as well, Sid Edwards.
Yep.
But we'll have concessions. We'll have food, drinks, raffles, a little bit of everything at the event.
The talking about bring coach out there, Mayor President Sid Edwards out there. He has had his hand in a lot. Was he your coach? Did y'all cross paths, or was he already moved on?
No, he was there, but football.
Okay.
He was football.
Well, I know he was a basketball coach for a good stint, too, so I didn't know if that crossed over.
No, when
with
I
you.
was there, he was football.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. His
The redemptress years.
He has been very active in making sure that relationship between specifically PD, but fire department as well, between the
Sports
department and the community has been very, very much out in front. We're going to talk with him a lot more about the Men for Others program that he's got going on. We're going to talk about Thrive as well. But glad to hear he's going to be out there on August 2nd at St. Michael the Archangel. You said you'll go have both gyms going?
Yeah, both gyms.
That's awesome. You just walk through the front door, pick to the right or the left, and either way, you're going to get some basketball action. Talk to me about the level of play that these dudes have. Are we expecting like real?
Some of them pretty.
You remember that movie, They're Pulling Dynamite?
I-
Uncle Rico?
Yeah.
There could be one or two of those, I bet.
Okay.
Like he had his shot, his moment. They just gave him a chance, coach. Put him in the game. You can have some Uncle Ricos out there.
All right. Well, because I mean, you're talking about dudes that they got there's a physical aspect to what they do for a living, but at the same time, though, Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah. So some of them have been playing. To put it this way, some of them have been playing since we talked about our first games decades.
They've been
ago.
playing for decades.
Right.
So work that out.
Right, which
Decade-old
means
knees.
Their knees and their backs have been playing
they
for
don't
decades.
have too many
as well,
left,
so.
but the younger cadets and stuff and recruits are coming up to play. Some guys can play, and some guys we're gonna need to make sure we have EMS there.
That's,
Sure.
Well,
They're pretty. They're like Marla Hooch from League of Their Own. Man, what a hitter. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So what you're telling me is we're going to have some really good basketball and some potential injuries. It's basically like going to a Pelicans game.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Not potential injuries for sure. For sure.
The evolution of this thing is awesome. Where do you intend to take it before it's all said and done? I mean, you're a decade in. You brought it out here a little bit. Where do you want Ball for the Cause to go?
Can I reach out on this one?
Yeah, I know.
Man, you know what? We're sitting in the middle of Baton Rouge. Don't we have two colleges here?
We do.
I don't know why the goal for us wouldn't be like an LSU or Southern. I'll even say New Orleans. I mean, the first responders everywhere, their families everywhere, the support is everywhere. Why couldn't we, through this voice of Haldane and doing what you do with us and help us out, why couldn't we extend the invitation out? Why can't we host this at LSU? Why can't we host this at Southern? Why can't we host this? Right, we know those people. Right, that's. I mean, it's been a decade, Zach. Right? Could we spin it up and play it back? And hey, bro, I'm a 50-year-old dude. I'm on 50 once. So if I'm gonna try to go get it, I mean, I don't know. Am I overstepping, Mr. Zack West?
No,
I mean very possible.
Dream big, absolutely. I mean, if we pack the house in two different gyms at St. Michael, that's we can scale up. Scale up to be sure. Kyle, talk about your role on game day. Is gonna be what?
Oh man, just whatever Zack West puts me to, man. I may bring the music. I'm definitely gonna bring some. I got some hospital knowledge. I got just coaching myself for 20 years in soccer, so I'm down for any kind of injury mitigation, talking to you about what you need, what you shouldn't do, and just supporting Z West. Like I said, we've been a partner now. I'll say a decade. I'll stop at 10 because, like I told you, bigger than that.
Zach, you gonna give him a whistle?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
No, even worse. I give him a mic.
Oh no!
Yes,
no.
No.
He doesn't know yet, but he's gonna be the DJ.
Oh,
Okay.
here we
He's
go.
gonna be
MCing.
Okay.
He's gonna be the MC.
I'm down with all
I
that.
feel some
for sure.
laryngitis. I'm gonna have to call Haldane.
He's gonna be a little bit of everything. Crack baby, as we know, right? He's gonna be a little bit of everything.
Whoa.
All
That's
over
another
the
whole
place.
session. That's a whole nother story.
We're looking for folks to come out on August 2nd to be sure out at St. Michael the Archangel School to see the Baton Rouge Police take on the New Orleans Police Department, and then who is this in game two? It's Prairieville
Fire Department, and then that's the Port Allen Police Department and Fire Department.
Okay.
They're going to combine and make one team.
So that is game two. And then you get 6 teams overall. What are we looking for right now? Obviously, we're looking for folks to come out, but what else do you need right now in putting something like this together?
I mean, always sponsors we would accept. We're trying to, what I'm doing this time as well is finding everyone, not everyone, but a lot of places have promotions or deals for first responders. And I'm contacting all those and see if they want to come out and promote what they're actually promoting for first responders, because a lot of them have no idea that they have these, whether it's discounts, promotions, whatever it is. So if you have something like that for first responders, reach out. Sponsorships is always welcome. We do have some, always open to others. I think we're good on teams for this event. But other than that, I mean, that's all. And then just more attendance. Anybody that wants to come out, community involvement, come and check out, see what they do besides just saving lives and being there when they need us,
And overall, it's just a lot of fun. And I gave the place and the date, but we're starting at noon on
12
August
o'clock.
2nd.
Yeah, we'll start at 12
noon on
o'clock.
August 2nd. It's just a good time. It's a good vibe through the whole building. Once again, shout out to Red Stick Sports, Dr. Crouere, Main Street Dental Care, Glock Incorporated, Varsity Sports, Uncle Johnny's. Hometown Publishing's mentioned in there as well. They're great partners around here as well.
Just remember, we got before this, there's a tournament, right?
Yeah. So we're doing a 3-on-3 tournament. And before this, it's not first responders, but it's for anybody that wants to. It's a middle school, high school, 18 and older, and 30 and older. 3-on-3 event.
So yeah, it's a 3-on-3 tournament
Same
prior
location.
to this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an all-day event at St. Michael's. So
Okay.
if you're 3-on-3, you're 18 years adult, like
Middle
call
school.
ball for calls, get with Z West. You may have a 3-on-3 team that travels around and likes to ball and hoop. Come win that.
All right. Here for it. Where do folks need to go to learn more?
They can go on social media. We do have an event on our Facebook page. So we can go to West Training 225 on our Instagram page. Website's being built. Hopefully we'll have it soon. Or on Facebook at West Training 225.
Zack West, Kyle Callahan, thank you all so much for a couple minutes this morning. Looking forward to it.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
It's
it.
coming up August 2nd out at St. Michael. Hey, don't forget, the Louisiana Travel Association invites you to tag along for an unforgettable trip. Whether that's positive or negative is yet to be seen. An unforgettable trip with Brian's Big Adventure. Follow me and my family Friday, July 25th through Monday, July 28th over on Talk 107.3's social media outlets. We are hopping in an RV from Miller's RV, making stops that showcase the natural beauty of our state. Brian's Big Adventure, presented by the Louisiana Travel Association and Miller's RV, right here on Talk 107.3 FM. News, traffic, weather, restaurant week next.
I saw that.
The RV thing?
Yeah. Are you gonna put the Jurassic Park logo on it and make it look like make it look like a Jurassic Park view?
Absolutely. So,
How long is that?
no, we're gonna have fun. We're going to I forget the name of the RV resort in Robert, and yeah, I mean it's 30 minutes east of here. Adventure something or American Adventure, something like that. And then we're going up to Bogachita State Park for a couple days as well. So, but yeah, it started with me doing a bit, and the guy from Miller's RV was like, "I want to put you in an RV just to like, we got to see this happen."
That's awesome.
So yeah.
How's she like the camp, by the way?
She loves it. Yeah, she was making fun of it after the day he was out there. She's like, "Yeah, your friend gave us a talk about nutrition, and then they served us pizza."
And bananas.
Oh yeah, M&M.
They love bananas.
M&Ms and oranges. Good. I know this camp was a little bit. We added some things to it, so I want to see how they like that.
Hey, kill all the mics real quick. 8:38 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP, third hour moving. We're just rolling right here, y'all. It is Restaurant Week in Baton Rouge this year. Restaurant Week, picking up 56 different restaurants. One of those restaurants is Our Mom's Restaurant and Bar. You know where to find them, off of Burbank over there, right next to Drew Brees' place.
Drew Brees,
I wish I like having him as a neighbor.
I don't know. I've never seen him. I wish I would, though.
You know, probably shouldn't have started things that way, because now it's going to get awkward.
Well, I'm going to camp outside and just wait for him to show up.
Yeah, over there by Surge Entertainment, Burbank at Lee. We got JP in the house from Our Moms. How are you? How you been?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me back.
No, glad to have you. Always love having you all on here. For those that aren't familiar with Our Moms, you want to talk about some of the, first of all, some of the best burgers in Baton Rouge, but some of the most creative burgers in Baton Rouge, and we're going to get into all that in just a minute. I want to start off, JP, with y'all's role in Restaurant Week. What got you in? What got you on board? And what are you doing?
We are, that's a lot. Dig puts it on. We love doing Restaurant Week. It's a chance for us to showcase new items that we usually don't serve. So we have bao bun sliders, which obviously they're not on our menu, but we love to kind of play around. We have alligator bites this year.
Okay.
We're doing a New Orleans style barbecue shrimp po' boy with pepper jack cheese on top. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I got
hello.
pictures too. I know. I'm about to show them to you.
Yes, please.
And then we have a Hanukkah sausage sandwich on our sourdough bun. So let me show you, because I can talk about it all day, but you have to see it.
Yeah.
Believe it. Yeah. So scroll through, man.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with the pictures after the dude eating. This is the barbecue shrimp po' boy with the pepper jack, dressed like a normal po' boy would, looking like your traditional New Orleans style French bread.
Leidenheimer.
Okay, I didn't want to say the name unless knowing if you're not using Leidenheimer, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
If you're not using Leidenheimer, what are you even doing?
I feel like I can't serve a po' boy in Louisiana and not use Leidenheimer.
Right. That is the only way to roll. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at the way the bread soaks up all the sauce, the juices from the barbecue shrimp. That is a masterpiece, to be sure. And then, of course, lettuce, tomato. Looks like you get something sprinkled on that tomato there.
A little parsley.
A little parsley on there. All right, what do I have up next here? What am I looking at?
That is a Hanukkah sausage sandwich. That's our sourdough bun. It is dressed with a homemade coleslaw, some pickled jalapenos.
Okay.
And just the sausage, man. The sausage is that star of the show.
So Hanukkah sausage, they're out of Alabama, right?
I believe so.
And it's like a thinner sausage, but it's a different sort of flavor. It's not like a breakfast sausage flavor, but it's not a smoked sausage flavor either. It's somewhere in between. They've got their it's a unique take, and it's unique, so it's unlike anything else.
It's extremely good. It's very small, like you were just saying. Like it's about probably the size of a quarter, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So we slice them in half. We fry them on the flat top. Get them real crispy. But the flavor is so hard to nail down. You're right. It's nothing like Amanda sausage or like Richard's or something.
No, but it's also it's got unique. Like that. You know how a breakfast sausage has that different pop to it, but it's like it's almost there, but it didn't want to go the whole way into that room. So
you'd have to try it to really understand.
And I would imagine here throwing so you get the pickled jalapenos, which brings a little bit of heat, and then the coleslaw cools it right back down again. There's I'm not even eating this thing, and I've got the contrast in my head already. That is amazing. That's on the Restaurant Week menu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do I have next here?
That is fried alligator bites with a mustard Tabasco aioli.
Okay. The fried alligator, so we have a shark alligator rule on this show. If there's a news story about a shark or an alligator, we will find it. We will report on it. In fact, we had one in our trending stories this morning. A woman in Lake Charles, was it Karen? It was Cameron Parish. So Lake Charles got bit by an alligator because she was messing around in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So the journey of the alligator in Louisiana has been remarkable. It was almost not quite endangered, but knocking on the door of endangered. And then we started preserving them and taking care of them and having alligator farms. And now they're back up to nuisance level again. So everyone needs to eat alligator.
Yes, 100%. Someone described it the other day as like fishy chicken, but I was like, that's not really the best definition of it,
So
like,
if it's fishy, it's not
bad.
prepared right.
Yes.
That's right. If it's fishy, back away.
Ours
ask
is
for another
definitely
plate.
not fishy. So
Where do you get it from?
We from our food distributor.
Okay.
I don't. It's not like a local farm or anything.
No, but that's my thing. Is that it's that mainstream?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's not like you got swamp people knocking on your door saying, "Look at what we call a tree shaker."
No, not at all.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, Trent, at Trent's house, he's got a pond and he's got an alligator problem. So we always joke about
he's got an alligator problem.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me Trent was keeping an alligator.
He kind of does, not by choice, but they just kind of make their way into it.
We have law enforcement listen to the show. You don't say that out loud.
Well, he actually gets someone to come. So he's legal about it, right? Yeah, he's not doing anything wrong. There's actually someone that comes over and takes care of him.
Okay. All right. That's they are back to that nuisance level again.
Yeah.
So, all right, what am I looking at next here? What do we got?
Next is bao bun sliders. So that is the beef that we normally use for our burgers.
Mhm.
We cook it down with some sweet chili, and then we top it with some kimchi, awesome for gut health, right?
Yeah.
And then we top it up with a little bit more sweet chili sauce with a leaf of butter leaf lettuce on a bao bun.
Oh, that is gorgeous. It looks so. The bao bun itself that looks different. I mean, it almost is it folded over?
They just folded over. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
flat.
It's almost like a taco.
Yeah, it's exactly like a taco actually.
Okay.
It's flat and we fold it.
Oh,
together.
there's a better pic of it right there.
Mhm.
I tell you what. Forward me a couple of these, like one of
for
each,
sure,
and I'll
yeah.
put them up in the Facebook chat.
Oh, thank you so
that
much.
instead of me talking about it, we can actually show the pictures.
Yeah, I want the people
firsthand.
to see it. Yeah,
All
they can
right,
go to our
you-
Instagram and check it out
I'm
too.
scrolling through all the pics in your phone. You clearly have a favorite here with the bao bun.
It's colorful. It was great to take pictures
It
of.
is
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah. So, all right, and I'm not going
But
to
if
keep going because I don't know what else
Well,
is in there.
you can look. It's just pictures of my kids. Speaking of like alligators and sharks, that's all me and my kids watch at home.
See, you're watching Shark Week?
Oh, dude, it's shark videos, alligator videos. We're obsessed with it right now.
It was Jaws versus Mega Croc last night on Shark Week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're into the Meg right now, with Jason Statham.
so
dude, yeah, I know.
It's so bad. All right, let's bring it back around because it is Restaurant Week and the folks at Dig, and I don't want Steven come banging down the door saying, "What are y'all doing?" Y'all just talking Shark Week. But no, it's 56 different restaurants.
Yep.
This is what y'all have to offer over at Our Moms. But at Our Moms, if you're stepping away from the Restaurant Week menu, y'all brought an incredible level of creativity to the burger scene in Baton Rouge. For those that are unfamiliar with y'all, and I would be hard pressed to believe anybody's still unfamiliar with y'all, but for those that are still unfamiliar with y'all, give an overview, a synopsis of what the Our Moms menu looks like and how just outside the box you get with a burger.
Okay, so I guess we're mostly known for our burgers. We have over 25 different burgers, and we rotate other burgers in throughout the years that we've been doing it, like Reuben burgers and all that type of good stuff, which is currently not on the menu right now, but we do rotate them in.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly bacon burgers, Nutella burgers, cookie butter burgers, and those are like just the weirder ones. But then you get into the fried pickle burgers with our homemade ranch, and then we have like barbecue burgers with stacked high with some onion strings that we fry in house. And it's hard to talk about all these burgers, so many of them.
So yeah, there's like you said, there's more than 20 of them on the menu, and you rotate a bunch of them on and off again, and off again. I'm never going to be down with the peanut butter burger as long as I live. And I know everybody who's had it swears by it and says you have to have it. I'm like, I can't.
Are you allergic to peanut butter?
No, I like peanut butter, and I like burgers, and I like a peanut butter and jelly. But it's just something about crossing that threshold.
I'm gonna have to change your mind. I'm gonna have to.
Well, then we're gonna have to bring you back on a Foodie Friday, and we could do that in studio for sure.
Definitely.
For that matter, the cookie butter burger sounds like it would fall into that same category. But when I want a burger, I want to like what y'all do with the one with the onion strings and the barbecue sauce. That's perfection to me. I don't need to get more creative than that. That is maybe I'm getting old. But it's like, I know what I like, damn it.
Yeah, I'm not going to try anything else.
Right. Yeah. So, but that's where I'm at. That being said, though, hitting up the restaurant week menu over there at Our Moms. Price range. What are we looking for? $30.
$30.
In the $30 price range. And it's another beautiful thing about Restaurant Week all week long, digbr.com if you want to go check it out, is you have different pricing levels. You can, look, if you're thinking I'm not going out to eat because I don't want to break the bank, you have different levels throughout different restaurants. $30 is a nice, smooth little medium ground right there, and with everything you get with it makes it even more amazing. The 56 restaurants overall. What are y'all finding with Restaurant Week? Are you finding a new crop of people coming in, or do you find that your regulars are looking for something new to eat?
It's a little bit of mix of both. The regulars, to be honest, some regulars don't know about the restaurant week yet. So when they see the menu and they see the pictures, they're like, "Oh my god, I got to try it." But the majority of people that we get are people who are very adventurous. They like to come in and try all the different foods that Baton Rouge has to offer. Baton Rouge has such an awesome food scene.
We do.
You know,
underrated. Underrated.
People don't talk about it
Well,
enough.
there's reason for that though. We're nestled in between Creole and Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
We've got New Orleans down the road, and we've got Lafayette down the road.
Yep.
We're in a tough spot to create our own identity. This is an ongoing topic here. We're in a tough spot to create our own identity. And God bless folks like the Restaurant Association, Stephen Hightower, the work he does to put our best foot forward every time around. Folks like you, folks like Trent, who get out there and do it in real life. Y'all are helping build what is an identity.
Yeah. We want to be proud, you know, like we are proud, you know, Baton Rouge proud, right? We just love the food scene, and we didn't get into restaurants because, you know, we hate food, you know, like we love this stuff. Like we eat, breathe, sleep it, you know?
Right. So. Well, and not just the food, but the love that comes along with it, the service that comes along with it, that when you see somebody have to sit back and
there's no better feeling.
Man, that's what it's all about right there.
When I talk to people after they eat, there's no better feeling. When I was like, "Hey, can I get you anything else?" I'm like, "Oh my god,
a pillow."
So yeah, you're like, a nap.
Yeah,
you know, I can't tell you how many times I hear that around noon. You know, and
I love that. So our moms, give them the location one more time because we got to get out of here in a second.
250 Wesley Drive, corner of Burbank and Bluebonnet. Burbank and Lee.
Burbank and Lee.
Yeah.
It is Our Mom's Restaurant and Bar. And by the way, when you go there, ask them the story behind the name as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great story, but it's we're just straight up out of time right now. JP, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We got Your Money Now coming your way. We'll check traffic one more time. We were going to come back and close it out next. Do need to remind you, download the free Talk 1073 mobile app. Find what you missed each day at talk1073.com and watch us live on Facebook and the Talk 1073 Baton Rouge YouTube channel, all courtesy of Lake Urgent Care. Lake Urgent Care. Walk-in care. Here's Your Money Now. Oh, man. Good stuff.
It was awesome.
Thank you. Oh.
You make it so easy. I know I say that every single time.
It's because it is easy. We're not splitting atoms here. Yeah. It's business been good. And whether we're still.
Oh yeah. Business has been good. Yeah. Usually summer slows down a good bit for us. I mean, obviously it did slow down, but not as bad as we thought it was going to be. You know, we're always prepared for it. It's July, like the worst month in like any college town. You know, everyone's going on vacations
and see, and that plays into it too. And it doesn't. But the thing is, it doesn't get better the further you get away from campus.
No, it doesn't. Like it doesn't. We can't figure it out because you assume because we're so close to campus, we're like a mile and a half. You know, so you assume that that's the reason. But like I've got friends, like I'm on the board for the LRA, and like just talking to all the people, like sales are just down. It's weirdly down, you know, but not like it won't come back kind of way, you know, because like when school comes back in, we all do really well.
Yeah.
So it's just July. Man. It's just.
Well, that's why we have restaurant week.
Yeah.
Back into July kind of beef things up a little bit, but
And I love that we do restaurant week, and like it's the perfect time to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Like when everyone needs the extra publicity, you know, the extra advertisement.
And we do ours right before New Orleans does theirs.
Oh, good.
They start culinary on August 1.
Okay.
So
good. We beat them to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I have a partnership with New Orleans and Company, their tourism division, and they come on twice a month, and they're gonna be pushing culinary all month long next month. And I'm like, go for it, man.
Yeah.
If I got any money left.
Yeah, right. I
No,
know.
but it's worth it. It is worth the trip down there for a couple different things because they can get creative as well.
I love the creativity and like so many restaurants that I've seen on just the big website. I'm like, whoa, like who thought of this stuff?
Right.
You know, like there's so much respect for people like that.
Yeah, totally.
It's really cool.
So, y'all still rolling with Blink Char?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. Still rocking and rolling with them, and they're awesome.
That's when I said tell the story about or you ask about the story about the name.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to my deathbed mad at that. That's,
yeah.
Their name was originally your mom.
We used to be your moms when we first opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you do last night? What's your mom's?
We were more of a college bar when we first
Right.
started. Trent and I were a little bit younger.
But like
15 years ago.
And then they started off in Hammond before coming up here. So they had your mom's over there by Southeastern, and then they opened up over here, and they started getting a lot of traction. And like apparently there's like a bar in somewhere like Iowa or something that has the same name. So they started pushing all this trademark bullshit. I'm like, tell them to pound sand. Come and get me.
So they tried. Like, there's so many people that tried to come after us, and ultimately the reason why we changed our name is we just stopped doing the college bar. Like, we kind of had to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
So Ricky and all them at Blink Chart kind of helped us out and like kind of rebrand, but not rebrand at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we still wanted to keep that inclusive feeling. We still wanted to be very like mom and pop.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's just me and Trent. It's not like our parents own this business, right?
Right.
But we still consider ourselves very mom and pop because there's only really three things that I care about. I care about the quality of my food, how quick it comes out, and how we make you feel when you leave. You know, and then if you can nail those basics, man, it's a lot harder to do than, you know. I just said it. It sounds really simple, right? But it's been a struggle for a lot of people. You know, like it's just three things you need to have a successful restaurant.
Yeah.
So are you mom or is Trent mom?
That's a funny question, because everyone asks that, and I think at this point I'm the mom. So I've just come to terms with it, man. We're not gonna fight about it anymore. I was like, Trent's watching. You get to be the dad, all right? But you get to discipline everybody, all right? I'm just gonna be like, wait until Dad gets home. So. Mm-hmm.
Me and my grandma ate at your restaurant a few weeks ago.
Really? Did she like it? Good. Because if she didn't, please let me know. I gotta fix something, right? Yeah.
She enjoyed it a lot.
Good. I always ask for feedback because you can't get better if you don't ask for feedback. You know, like a lot of people assume that we get our feelings hurt all the time. And it's like it could be the furthest from the truth, man. Like, please tell me. You know, like if you had a bad experience in any way at all, right? If you came in, there was a straw on the ground or something, please let me know, right? These are all coaching moments for people. And like the guys that we have, like the guys and girls that we have, they're awesome, right? But they don't always think in terms of hospitality every time, right? Because they're so hustle and bustle, right? Like they're trying to get your food out, they're trying to get it correct. But then you forget that there's the human side of everything, you know. Like
Food and cracklings, courtesy of Moon.
Delicious. So, dude, I wasn't fasting this morning. Dang.
Well, sorry.
I know. I love me some boudin, bro. So, is there another segment?
There actually is. I don't know why I wrap things up as if we were done. Give me just a minute to knock out a promo.
Oh no, dude, no. I was just wondering if I'm just like sitting here and like BSing with everybody, which is cool.
Well, no. As soon as the show's over, we gotta move because the next show comes in. Moon will be coming up at 9. So.
But if Brian would stay there 2 more hours or whatever. Brian, we already set up if you want to do it.
No, because I gotta go talk to.
5 hours on that.
It is work.
It is, yeah.
I can't imagine. I do 3 a day. Brian, you do 3 a day.
I do 3 a day.
I do another hour, but 3 is.
It's
to
about
talk the whole time.
It's tough for me just to have this conversation right now. Imagine you guys like, yeah.
I've let people come fill in for me. And it's funny to listen to reaction after and they go, damn, I don't know how you do this every day.
I know, right?
I've actually had somebody fill in for me, and they just got up and left with like 30 minutes to go in the show. And they're like,
I'm out.
I got nothing else. I'm done.
What you do?
They replayed a couple interviews that were in the can, just like a best of.
So at least I always have a backup. I didn't realize that.
It's 8:56 to Talk 107.3 FM at WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. I'm keeping JP in with us from Our Moms. JP, hang tight for 1 second because I got to plug this promo real quick. Wednesday, July 23rd, the Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center invites you to L'Auberge Casino for the 19th annual Celebrity Waiter event. Come out and support, well, me. Come on out. I'm one of the celebrity waiters tomorrow night. I'll be collecting tips for a great cause and hopefully some bragging rights as well. Okay, long and the short of it, I'm in this. Alondra's in this. I have to beat Alondra. I don't care who else I beat. I have to beat Alondra or I will never hear the end of it. So please, come on out tomorrow night. Look at her, turn away, and then give me all your money. That's how this has got to work tomorrow night because she will talk smack for the remainder of my life. Doors open at 6:30 for registration. There will be a silent auction as well. For more information, visit BatonRougeAC.org. And by the way, the Children's Advocacy Center, you cannot find a more top-notch, worthwhile cause. We got JP in with us for a couple more minutes. I was all wrapping up like we were done with the show. And
I'm not leaving. Yeah, no.
So
can't get rid of me.
let's talk about Restaurant Week just a little more, but kind of want to broaden things out. I mean, we love our moms, absolutely, and y'all have very quickly become a staple as far as the Baton Rouge burger scene is concerned. But broaden things out when you step out. If you're going somewhere else, what are you looking for during a Restaurant Week?
Ooh, I can tell you, I'm probably going to go to Elsie's. I know, right? I'm probably gonna go to Rouge. I'm probably gonna go. Where else? There's so many of them. Doe's, I think. Yeah.
Doe's is in there?
I think
Okay.
so. They got some good stuff too. Yeah, there's just so many. I can't think of them. I'm drawing a blank right now. Let me look it up.
So I've got the list up in front of me. Oh, by the way, one of my things, and we were talking with Stephen Hightower about this yesterday, is it not so much the number of restaurants that are adding on, but how the geographical footprint is getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really thinking that I said we didn't get to go out last night. I'm probably going to do something either. Tomorrow night I got Celebrity Waiters. So Thursday night we're going to hit someplace up. I might have to stretch out and go to one of the surrounding parishes.
Mm-hmm.
I know either Grapevine down in Donaldsonville. They're new to the mix.
I think there's something from St. Francisville too.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
we might stretch out and go up to St. Francisville. But you just brought up Rouge Creole, and that's one of those things where just the name of the place makes my mouth water.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever done anything bad over at Rouge Creole. Nino's is in the mix here. Drusilla Seafood is up there. Tallulah's up there. Veracruz. Have you been to Veracruz yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
oh my God! Yeah, please
move
do.
that.
Yeah,
Move that up. We're gonna sell you on
Okay,
Veracruz
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. It's the same
I've
guy
seen
that
their
owns La
Instagram.
Coretta.
Okay.
Same guy that owns La Coretta. It's coastal Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Coastal Mexican. It is like seafood like you've never had before. It's so amazing, and the guy does a good job. So where he's at, he's over off Drusilla, where the Voodoo Barbecue
used to be, right? Yeah.
Voodoo used to be there. So,
I'm definitely gonna put that on my spot.
Yeah, get Veracruz in the mix for sure. I hate to sell one over any of the others, but with 56 of them, decisions have to be made.
You're gonna have to make a choice. You know,
Absolutely.
Soji's on here. I'm definitely gonna go there.
Solu.
I eat there a good bit too. Yeah.
We had them in for a Foodie Friday not long ago. Oh, we're out of time already? But we're just getting into it.
We're just doing this.
Dude. All right. Get out there, explore the restaurants during Restaurant Week, y'all. JP, thank you so much for sticking around. Moon Griffon is next, y'all. That was actually more fun than what was going to be on the rundown anyway. Really? Yeah. Dude, thank you so much.
Awesome, man.
Greatly appreciate it. Absolutely.
Awesome. Oh, this gift card's over here.
Oh, yeah. Let's get that going. Yeah, we can do giveaways.
We can give that away to somebody.
Sometimes I snag one for myself, but usually.
Do you take it for yourself? Yeah. Oh, dude. Give me your phone number and I'll send you these pictures.
Yes.
Or would you rather them send it to somewhere else?
Send them to straight. Well, no. Send them to me. 225. Can you kill the mics?